What's good? It's your boy 2K. Of course, I'm joined, and his name is no longer Bo, by the way. According to my man Eric, according to my girl, My Brazil, Bo is now 3K, the powder pusher. What's good, family?
What's going on, man? What's going on, man? And of course, you guys know what this is. This is 3 King Boxing, where motherfuckers claim they want some, but they scared to come get it.
Oh, man, dog. So, this show right here, a lot of cats was hitting me up and shit from last night. You know, shout out to y'all, man. Cats hit me up. Nah, man, don't let the show go. I know you frustrated. A lot of dumb niggas out there. Word up, word up. So, y'all watched the show last night. There was a cat on here that said a whole lot of shit. By the way, we the casuals. That's our nicknames. We the casuals. You know what I'm saying? We don't know shit about all 17 divisions in men's boxing and all the division women's boxing. We don't know shit about nothing, right? Even though we talk about it on a daily basis on 3kingsboxing.com, we don't know a goddamn thing about boxing. We don't know shit. Break news all the time. Educate people all day long, but we don't know shit about boxing.
Give
so we're the
prediction
casuals.
videos that actually turn out the way we said it.
Oh, yeah. Prediction and breakdown videos, yeah. All over the place that turn out exactly how we say the fight's going to happen. Exactly, bro. When we do the prediction and breakdown this weekend, it'll more likely happen the way we said it. I'm saying that right now. I'm saying, right. Exactly. Andrew said, I don't know shit about boxing. Shout out to my man Heisenberg. He put $5 on it. He said too many fighters cosplaying as Darkwing Ducks. So no. Exactly, bro. Exactly, fam. Darkwing Duck.
Yeah,
right there, nigga.
yeah, dog.
Young motherfuckers don't know nothing about that, dog. But we the casuals.
Lloyd Zoe is tripping early.
That's my man's. Somebody I love arguing with is Lonzo. That's my man's right there. But check, man. We the casuals, though, Bo, right? That's what this dude called us. If y'all were on the show last night. So this episode was supposed to be a PITT episode where this guy by the name of Torres, right? T-O-R space Rez. Probably his last name is Torres, you know what I'm saying? But he split it up and did say Torres, you know what I'm saying? Because Facebook wants you to have it. No, you just took it out of my mouth, nigga. I had this shit ready. Motherfuckers was running through this cat. I told y'all yesterday. Dudes was running through this cat all through Facebook, bro. Torres is a dude that's on our Facebook page, and he would always tag 3 Kings Boxing at every comment he made. I mean, the dude would comment on every single fucking article, minus maybe a couple throughout the week. And he would make a comment, oh, man, 3 Kings Boxing, tag us. Oh, man, this is what I got to say. And I would always see his tag, and I would never respond to dude. I would respond to him sometimes if he says something cool, whatever. I'll say something to him, maybe like his comment, you know, kind of keep him around and shit. He's a fan. Kind of keep him around and shit, you know. And that's that. But the majority, if the nigga did this 100 times, I probably commented 6 or 7 times, bro. You know what I'm saying? Or gave him a like maybe 4 of those 6 or 7 times. You see what I'm saying? So he was always on the page. Loved the content no matter what, right? But then yesterday got mad because of our reservations about Canelo Alvarez. Not that he's moving up to cruiserweight, but that he moved up to cruiserweight and ignored a call out from Mars Bradis to take on the weakest champion there. That's our reservation.
Yep.
We like that Canelo's moving to cruiserweight. We have no problem with that. That's cool, right? You want to challenge yourself. That's what's up. Our reservation is that Mars Bradis called him out literally right after he fucking beat Caleb Plant. Literally. Same day or at least within the next 3 days of the fight. He ignored that and decided to take on an inactive champion that is far less skilled than Mars Bradis. That's our reservation, right? He got mad, got so mad, even though we spit facts, right, to support our opinions. Go back to the video. Everything we're saying is facts to support our opinion. Went through fucking Alinga Makabu's resume, did all of that shit. We've gone through Canelo's resume. We did all that for you guys, right? Live, okay? All facts, right? He got mad because he's a Canelo fanboy. If you look on his page, he has a Team Canelo Facebook group, which immediately disqualifies him from conversations when it comes to objective opinions or objective, analytical, conversations about boxing. It automatically discredits him from the conversation because he's already showing publicly that he is a fanboy of a fighter, right?
Yep.
I don't want the opinion of a fanboy of a fighter because all he's going to do is talk up that fighter. Even when that fighter might not be making the best decisions, he's the greatest thing since sliced bread, no matter what. And they will and on top of doing that, if they're about to fight somebody they probably shouldn't be fighting, like Makabu, right? They're going to talk up that fighter's resume as if the guys that he fought were fucking world beaters. Just like this Torres dude, aka Tor-Ass, because niggas been running through this nigga all over the place, bro. All over Facebook, dudes be killing him in the comment section. Tor-Ass, that's your nickname, bro. Right? Motherfuckers will talk up the opponent's resume like he's fighting world beaters. This dude said Kudryashov, Alexei Papin, right, and Mikhail Cieslak were elite level fighters.
Exactly. Yeah, he did say that. He said that, girl. He said that crazy ass shit.
Exactly, Second Ezra. He said Team Canelo Facebook page is a major red flag. Exactly. But let me tell y'all, and what I got, the image I got sitting up here, right, is his name on Facebook. That's me sending him the StreamYard link.
Yep.
Because remember, he was acting all greasy and grimy last night, right? And I told him, I told 3 people. I said, hey, my name is EJ Will on Facebook. Send me a fucking Facebook messenger saying, hey, I want to be on the show. We will talk about it. Give me a time, when you want to do it, and you get to pick the fucking topic, right? The topic of the show is the current era of boxing the best ever? That's basically the topic that he had picked. He said some shit about fan perspective about this era of boxing. Fuck all that. Basically, this nigga said this is the best era of boxing we're in today. That's what he said in the comment section last night as well. So I was going to allow him to speak, right, on the shit that he said, right? So you can see right here, my man is talking greasy. All right, Chief, it will be settled tomorrow, know what I'm saying? And I'm glad I'll see you tomorrow. That's what's up. Talking all greasy. You see it right there. And then you see, this is at 12 o'clock last night. You see my next comment, 30 minutes before showtime, I sent him the link. He knew what time it was going to be. 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. He's a New York nigga, so 10 o'clock for him. He knew. He didn't show. He's not here. That's what fanboys do. This the shit fanboys do. They talk all this shit like they're somebody, right? Like they know boxing. Sit there and call everybody else casuals. Then when they get told, hey, join the show and speak your piece, these motherfuckers don't show up. It's exactly what they do. So what we're going to do, since this was supposed to be a PITT episode, we still gonna make it a PITT episode, dog. I don't give a fuck if this nigga's here or not. We still gonna get him. His fault.
Yep.
We still gonna get him.
Yep. It's your fault, nigga.
Should have never said nothing, motherfucker. Word up. Let's go to the chat. I don't know who this is. He said something about cut it out. I don't know that. But my man, Second Ezra, he said I'm in these streets.
I think he's saying cut it out about it being the best era.
Oh, yeah. Okay, maybe that's what he's talking about, but I can't pronounce his name, bro. Pronounce that, Bo. Pronounce that, dog.
Ajilako.
You speak Spanish, nigga. You should be able to.
That is not Spanish, nigga.
It ain't Spanish, but you should be able to say some tongue.
Yeah, what's that?
Ajilako. Hey, shout out to dude, man. My bad, bro. I can't pronounce your name, but he out here in these streets, I guess. My man Andrew McGuire is in these streets. Lord Zoe is out here in these streets. My man Eric Stratton, he said, we in these motherfucking streets.
Yes, sir.
My man Jay Mars out here all up in these Asian streets. That's what's up. Boxing. That's all it is. My man's name is Boxing. He's in these streets. He or she is in these streets. That's what's up. Bo. And of course, my man Heisenberg. Can't forget about him. Always in these motherfucking streets, man. Bo, let's go ahead and tackle this first since my man ain't going to show. Let me go to my Facebook page real quick. Nope, Bubba has not dropped yet. Nope.
Okay.
Doubles not is 9:19, man. We talking about almost an hour since I gave this nigga the link to the show. So at this point, if he show up, you know what? I'm gonna let him on if he show up, right?
Of course.
But I'm only gonna get that nigga like 10 minutes to speak. That's it. Before he could have been on the whole show. I'm gonna give him motherfucking 10 minutes to speak. That's it, bro. Say what you guys say, and then you out. Right. But let's go ahead and talk about what he said. Because last night, several times, he said that this era right now is the best era in boxing. Right? He said it several times. Now, everybody, a lot of cats in the chat were laughing at dude when he said it. Right? And if you go back to the video when he said it, I announced what he said, put his comment on the screen, and then put several comments of people laughing at him and telling him what the hell are you talking about and all this other shit right after that, right? So Cass thought he was a clown when he was in here. Shout out to the Texan. What's good, family? Right? Cass thought he was a clown when he was in here. But that's something that we really need to address, right? Because shit like that is the reason why this is the worst era of boxing. Part of his comment was, it was the best era in boxing, right? And he said some shit about money.
Ooh, my nigga, you. My nigga. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tor ass says some shit about money, right? Now, I don't remember the comment per se, but I could put two and two together. I'm a smart motherfucker, right? He's basically saying that fighters are making more money than they ever did, right? In today's era, and he probably believes that fighters are getting less fucked around as they were in the Don King, you know, the early days of Bob Arum, right? Lou Duva, right?
Right.
Don Duva, right? All them cats when they was running shit. Fighters are getting less fucked in this era, right? That's probably where he was going with that, Bo.
Yeah. No, he said, I can tell you what he said. I wrote
Go
it
ahead,
down.
Tell me that.
Best of boxing era, money wise and level of opponents. That's what that last one toppled me the fuck over.
Yeah. So, Bo, I ask you, man. I mean, I guess we're gonna start off the way we're gonna start off. Are we currently in the best era of boxing, man?
Nigga, we not even in the current era of best basketball, football, rap music, and any motherfucking thing else you want to talk
era
about.
Period is trash, nigga. All around, movies, all around, bro. Everything
toughness.
If we're looking at a line graph, bro, and the years are at the bottom, and basically, you know, the level of entertainment was the side, nigga, it'd be a line going straight down, bro. Starting from the 70s all the way until 2021. It'd be a fucking line going straight down on that line graph, dog. Like a downward slide, bro. A sharp one too.
A terrible downward slide.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, my man Larzo, I agree with him too. He said, "Did y'all see that skill bout between Fury and Wilder?" Exactly. Well, exactly, Larzo. Exactly, Larzo. Fucking exactly, right? Here's the thing, man. Money wise, this is the best era. Money wise, of course it is, because every generation there's always going to be an increase when it comes to money and wealth. There's always been an increase in every fucking generation, right? Basketball players don't make the same as basketball players. Hell, basketball players now don't make more than basketball players 5 fucking years ago. Okay, all right. So money wise, yes, but the money is the reason why it's not the best era. You know why? Because niggas take less risk. Why? Because they're getting paid. Charlo said it. Charlo told you. What did Charlo say? Oh, read the comments. What did you read the comments for? I'm rich, nigga, anyway.
Right.
He said it. Angel Garcia told you. Well, why should we fight a Keith Thurman? We can get, you know, the same amount of money fighting a Rod Salka. Fighters are fighting once and twice a year. Why? Because they're making more fucking money. So the money is the reason why it's not the best goddamn fucking era. Then he said level of opponents. So okay, that blew me away. So I guess Cam Booty is, you know, I guess Cam Booty.
My thing is level of opponents. So my favorite era is the 80s, right?
Mine too.
You had the four kings: Marvin Hagler, Roberto Duran, Ray Leonard, Thomas Hearns. Yeah, Mike McCallum. right? You had fucking Gerald McClellan coming in.
Man.
You had fucking James Toney and Roy Jones Jr. coming in. You had Evander Holyfield there. You had Mike Tyson there. Nigga, Larry Holmes was still running shit by the mid-'80s until he got robbed by Michael Spinks, right? Nigga, Salvador Sanchez had his biggest win against Wilfredo Gomez in 1981 before he tragically died. And then had another big win against Azuma Nelson in 82.
Yep.
Right? So the 80s were so fucking good and had so many moving parts that it led into the 90s being an excellent fucking decade, bro.
Yes, it did.
Right?
Yep.
So the 80s to me, hands down, with the 70s being close behind because that's when Muhammad Ali was running shit.
Yeah, he was.
The 80s to me, hands down, was the best era in boxing. So if we're talking about quality of opponents, let's look at the top four, right? Over there. Let's just use the big four, right? Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran, Marvin Hagler, Thomas Hearns. All those guys fought each other, by the way. That's number one. Number two, who the fuck in this era compares to that four in one division?
Let me tell you who Torres told us it was. Torres told us Gervonta Davis, Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, and Ryan Garcia.
They're not even fighting each other. So they don't even compare in that aspect. You can't. Right, Bo. Teofimo Lopez is talking about moving up. Ryan Garcia said he's trying to retire by 25 or 26. Gervonta Davis is moving in and out of divisions, fighting every WBA regular champion he can get his fucking hands on. Right? Outside of Leo Santa Cruz. And that's only because Santa Cruz called him out. Yep. He would have never fought Leo Santa Cruz if Cruz had kept his mouth shut.
And Cruz called him out because his back was against the wall. He either had to fight somebody or Gary Russell.
Right.
It was either gonna be Shakur Stevens or Gary Russell. The nigga's back was against the wall.
Right. Exactly. So those four you just said that he said: Teofimo Lopez, Tank Davis, Devin. Did you say Devin Haney?
Yeah.
Okay, Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. These motherfuckers do more fighting on Instagram and Twitter than they do in the ring. And I'm not just talking about with each other. Like, they literally have more fights on Twitter and Instagram than they do their professional careers.
Yep.
Right?
Hell, Ryan Garcia not even in boxing right now. The nigga depressed, didn't hurt his cuckoo.
Exactly.
We don't know what the fuck the nigga gonna do. we don't know where he at or what he gonna do.
Exactly,
so how's the
bro.
dude that's unsure what the fuck his plan is, one of the four kings of this era?
Exactly, bro.
Now we can tell you who we feel the four kings are. We said it on the show yesterday.
Go ahead.
Juan Francisco Estrada, Roman Gonzalez, Cuadras, and Sorifiso Rumvasai.
Yeah, and I might take Quadras off of there and put Kazuto Ioka because Kazuto Ioka is trying to get in the mix.
Yes, he is.
Right?
Right.
But think about that for a second. Right? Think about that for a second. That's at 115 pounds, man.
Yeah.
All right? We all know the 115-pound division barely gets any play, bro. They don't get any attention.
No.
Unless you're talking about Roman Gonzalez and now recently Juan Francisco Estrada, and he still doesn't get a lot of attention.
No.
Right? Francisco Estrada took the franchise tag and nobody really even said that. Nobody really even cared.
Think about that for a second. He did. Nobody gave a fuck. Nobody gave a fuck,
dog. He took the franchise tag and nobody said anything about it, dog. Right?
No.
Nobody fucking cared, right? And he took the franchise tag so that he wouldn't be obligated. And this is what I said yesterday. Oh, by the way, Torres said that he killed me on the whole franchise shit. But I'm about to go ahead and tell you exactly what I said yesterday. Is how it basically coincides with what I'm about to say right now when I said what franchise tag meant. Juan Francisco Estrada took the franchise tag so that he wouldn't be mandated to face Sarisikit Rungvisai in a fucking rematch.
Yeah.
And he could have a third fight with Roman Gonzalez. So what happened was when he took the franchise tag, right, Mauricio Suleiman said, okay, we're going to have a tournament at 115 pounds.
Sure did.
And have Juan Francisco Estrada versus Roman Gonzalez 3, and then Carlos Cuadras versus Sarisikit Rungvisai rematch.
Yep.
That's what he said. Mind you, Rungvisai is the number one contender. So he beat that one cat out there in Thailand. Can't remember his name, but that was an eliminator. He was supposed to be fighting the winner of Estrada and Roman Gonzalez. But when Estrada took franchise tag, that was no longer relevant.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what franchise tag really is.
I mean,
right?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, those four right there, I mean, Quadras, you can put Kazuda Ioka, but Kazuda Ioka, he still hasn't fought any of those guys. Those guys all have fought each other, right? Roman, Quadras, Rungvisai, and Juan Francisco Estrada. Those four guys are the closest thing to Hagler, Hearns, Leonard, right? And Duran, only because they've all fought each other.
Exactly.
But then when you look at level of skill, nigga, the four kings of this era don't match anywhere near the four kings of the 80s. Anywhere near. It's not even close.
They've given us good fights, but them four kings gave us all-time great moments.
Absolutely. Me and Bo were just talking about a couple of days ago how it was a memorable moment when fucking Thomas Hearns was carried out the motherfucking ring after getting beat up by Marvin Hagler.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We just talked about that shit like 3 days ago, dog.
Yeah.
Just off top, just chilling, talking boxing, which is what we do all day long. It's what we do. Nigga, if I'm not in the weight room, nigga, I'm doing boxing. If I'm not working on the website, I'm doing boxing. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not doing anything else, I'm doing boxing. That's what we do. So it's funny. That's why it didn't even bother me to hear him. And then maybe, I think it was two other Canelo dick riders say we were casuals. That didn't even bother me, bro.
Yeah.
That's why it was my thing. All right, come on the show and show us that we're casuals. Because anything you say, we're going to be able to combat easily.
Right.
No problems.
Yep.
So, dude,
and I definitely think that's dope. You took that snapshot picture to show people what time you sent that motherfucker that message.
Exactly. So he hearted the message. He hearted the message maybe 5 minutes ago. And then he said, be on in a bit. Thanks. It's 9:31, man. It's almost an hour later. He picked the time. I didn't. I said, what time? He said, let's do 10 o'clock Eastern time. I said, bet. What's the topic? Gave me that whack ass topic. Bet. Everything was on his terms. He's still not here. He joins, I'm gonna let him on. I'm gonna let him speak. I'm a man of my word, dog.
Of course.
I'm trying to tell y'all, man, the niggas I fuck with, we the realest motherfuckers y'all ever gonna see, man. Y'all the realest motherfuckers y'all ever gonna see. If you never meet me in person, I'll be the realest motherfucker you ever gonna meet on YouTube. Same as Bo. If you got a problem with me and you say, hey, dog, if you got a problem, you say, hey, dog, I want to get on your ass, homie. Bet. Here's the link.
Nigga, you made my day with that one. You say that to me, nigga, you made my day.
Right. So at the end of the day, man, you know, and I'm gonna keep that topic open. We're gonna keep that topic open because we're gonna rewind right back to it whenever you get on. Hopefully it comes on. Hopefully it comes on. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. Hell, I'll even unblock him if he comes on. Because he's been asking me to unblock him and shit. Nigga asked me like 18 times. I'm going to unblock him if he comes on. Right? Because that's man shit right there.
I want him to listen. Listen, man, everybody's entitled to explain themselves. If you think what you're saying has been taken out of content or is not being explained properly, I want you to come on. Like, and that's for any of y'all right now listening. We ever say anything y'all disagree with or feel bad? Hell, if I recall correctly, didn't you and Lloyd Zoe have one where y'all talked? Yeah.
Lloyd Zoe called in because that was over Sugar Ray Robinson and Charlie Burley.
Sure was.
Lloyd Zoe said, man, fuck this nigga 2K and called in.
Yeah, he sure did. Hell yeah, he don't know. No, this is what he said, hold on, move, ho, get off me for a minute. Hey man, this nigga 2K, man. Hold on, baby. Wait a minute, hold on, baby. Let me call this nigga 2K for a minute. Keep the panties wet. Hey, nigga.
My man, right.
You know what I'm saying? $100 still on the deck. $100 on deck. Hey, nigga.
Exactly, bro. And we went back and forth about Sugar Ray Robinson and Charlie Burley, and it was dope. You know what I'm saying? It was dope. That's anybody that got a problem, man. Hit me up, Facebook Messenger, or send me a fucking email. My email, the email is on 3kingsboxing.com. Go to the contacts page.
Exactly.
Email's right there. Send me a fucking email. I'll make sure you get a link.
Exactly.
But we're going to go back to that shit. I still want to talk about Doo-Doo Makabu, dog. And Bob, I hate to say that about dude, man, because man, he seemed like a good dude, man. You know what I'm saying? They interviewed the nigga. He was like, you know,
I heard the interview.
Yeah. You know,
wow.
Man, I like him, dog. But you just get caught in the crossfire, man. This is why I hate boxing fans so much, because you get caught in the crossfire, right? If we got to get at a motherfucker because of the decisions he's made, a fighter's team, his manager, his promoter, his fans, right? If we got to get at these dudes, and you just happen to be the subject, right? The topic of conversation, man, you just getting hit with the crossfire, bro. I like Doo-Doo, man. I like him. My man gave an interview, was like, this is my division. And if you come up, I knock him out. I fight him everywhere. You mean anywhere? No. Everywhere. Okay. Fight the nigga everywhere. Got you. You know what I'm saying?
I fight everywhere.
We fight in the Congo and we fight anywhere. I know bitch ass nigga.
What did Michael Black said that shit?
I know bitch ass nigga.
I know bitch ass nigga.
I did WBC chomp. I did best. Canelo come up to cruiserweight. I did best. I know bitch ass nigga. Right? Yeah. I like him, dog.
Yeah.
But this is a bullshit fight, bro. And the reason why it's bullshit, and I said earlier, it's not because Canelo's going up to cruiserweight. I have no problem with that. You want to be a 5-division champion? No problem with that. The reason why it's a bullshit fight is because of the person he picked after he was called out by a better cruiserweight. That's the problem. Here he's on right now, man. We're gonna add him to the stream. Let me get
add
this
him to the
stuff here
stream
real quick. Yeah, we're gonna add him to the stream, man. Hold on.
All right.
Where you at, Torres? You here?
Yeah.
You here? You here?
Yo, what's going on?
You here? Yeah. He here. You see Canelo right there. That's
you know what time it is.
You see Canelo right there.
So I don't have to do what I was gonna do earlier, right? I told everybody that you got a Canelo fan page on Facebook.
Oh yeah. I definitely do have a Canelo fan page. It's actually one of the biggest ones on Facebook at the moment. Almost 90K what is it? Members.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, and I just started it not too long ago. And but yeah, man, it's a lot of people that's joining. We trying to definitely do more stuff with it. We'll see what the future holds, but for now, it's doing good, man. A lot of people is definitely starting to tune in more into Canelo, respect it more. They see the vision, you know.
Okay, well here's the deal, man.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you your credit because a lot of motherfuckers. I mean, we don't beef too much. A lot of dudes don't really come at us like that, right? But when they do, I'm always sending them the link, right? Or at least I'll tell them, hey, get your ass on the show. Remember, there was 3 that came at us yesterday. You were one of us. And you're the only one. I told all 3, I said, hey, send me a Facebook Messenger, right? Message and let me know. You're the only one that did it. So I will give you your credit for that. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? Now, you got to excuse me, man. I'm a clown. That's what I do.
No, that's not a problem. No, I heard you talking yesterday. I figured that much. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, hey, guy, I'm definitely here to tell you, man. This is what the fuck we do. This is, hey, we talk shit, we back shit up. If you got a problem with it, we have no problem. Like we said, bring you on here and doing this. But talking shit, and this is why we'll get to it. But this is part of the reason why I hate this era. talking shit is a lost art. Niggas be in their feelings too fucking much.
Oh yeah. That's for sure. Motherfuckers very sensitive. That's what it is.
All right, man. That's what's up. Let's get to it, man. So I know you said that the topic that you wanted to have, right, was about fan perception and the state of boxing today. And you can put that in to what ultimately we want you to discuss, man. Now this is no holds barred, bro. You say what you got to say. We put you on here. Hey, man, you say what you got to say. Don't worry about me taking you off. And matter of fact, I'm gonna unblock you because you got on
definitely.
here.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you that too, because y'all blocked me on that page, bro. I'm like, wow.
No, I'm gonna unblock you because you came on here.
For sure.
But the motherfuckers, because they talk the shit they talk and didn't show up, they still block. But I'm gonna unblock you for sure, right?
All right. I respect that.
And say what you want to say. Don't worry about me kicking you off the show, nothing like that. All right.
All right, so, not a problem, man.
We're gonna say your topic, and then we're gonna tie that into what you said yesterday, because you were adamant about something that myself, Bo, and a lot of the people that were watching didn't understand.
Mm-hmm.
And that was that this era right now is the greatest era in boxing.
That is correct.
Okay, explain that one for us, fam.
Okay, so what I wanted to say, so what I was trying to tell you yesterday, and this is why I came on the show today, is that we are currently living in the greatest era of boxing currently. There's never been an era like this at all ever before. For how many years, and I'm going to tell you like this, for how many years was in the 4-belt era of boxing did we have an undisputed champion?
Mm-hmm.
From Bernard Hopkins becoming the first to the last one being to the next one, the following one being Jermaine Taylor, who KO'd him obviously, and then from Jermaine Taylor on, how many undisputed champions did we have in between that time? Not many. That's correct. So now today we currently have had we're living in an era where we now have three in literally what is it, like 2 years?
3 years.
We had 2-3 years. Yeah. We had 3. There you go. That's right. Correct. So we forget about Crawford a lot. So we got Crawford, we got Usyk, we got Josh Taylor, and now finally number 6. Remember that, number 6, Canelo. So this is unprecedented.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Name the 6 undisputed champions again.
It was 6 altogether in history of the 4-belt era.
Oh, okay. Okay, all right.
No. We talking 4-belt era because we not even gonna lie. A lot of us wasn't even alive during the 3-belt era. You know what I'm saying?
I was.
Oh shit, damn.
Yeah, I was live doing the 2-belt
motherfucker, man.
Shit,
but I was live doing the 2-belt era.
Was you watching the fights or was you just alive like a baby?
No, I was watching the fights.
Oh, all right, because some niggas was alive like a baby, you know what I'm saying? But they wasn't watching the fights.
I was watching the fights, man.
All right. So that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. But this is why I was trying to tell you yesterday, man. Today we are living in the greatest era of boxing because we are seeing back-to-back undisputed world champions, one face, one name. That is what every boxing fan always wanted. And today in this age, we are seeing that. And also we are seeing fighters get paid higher purses, what they deserve, a lot of self-promotion going on. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of hype, man. It's a lot of hype that they deserve that they never got before, man. And it's a beautiful thing, man. And we're starting to see the best fight the best. Absolutely. And this is not only because this is what happens. This is where it gets screwed up. It gets screwed up when you have a lot of the fans, and obviously I'm talking about casual fans, who just focus on one division. Because when you talk about Canelo, or when they start talking about Canelo, they just start talking about the 168 or how everybody can compete in 168 with Canelo. And they forget there's a 105. You know what I'm saying? They forget there's a 108, a 112, 115, 118, 122, 126, 130, 135, 140, and so forth. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's where boxing kind of gets hurt in a way because a lot of people are still not paying attention to the rest. And now what fucks that up, in my opinion, is pound for pound rankings, of course, because pound for pound rankings, if you realize it, right, it's for the casual fans, man. It's for the
I agree
casual
with that.
fans.
Okay,
And that's just truth, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't have a pound for pound list. You know what I'm saying? I watch fighters from every single division, from the minimum weight, which is also called strawweight, all the way up to heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? And look, man, now we got a new division in boxing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the other sanctioning bodies ain't really rolling with it right now, but we got a new division, like it or not. Boxing did start with 8 divisions, you know, originally, and now look how many we got. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's nothing new. You know, it's just that a lot of fans, you know, they just started tuning in and they're like, ah, shit, you know, this, that, and the third. But they don't. So this is what I was trying to tell you. You know, we're living in the greatest era of boxing, man. You know, and that's just point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this has never been seen, man. This is back to back, bro. Like I was saying earlier, Crawford, Usyk, Taylor, and now Canelo, man. You know, even with the last greatest fighter before Canelo currently, we didn't have an undisputed champion, and that was Floyd Mayweather Jr. You know what I'm saying? He never tried to unify the division. You know what I'm saying? He would retire.
He tried to get undisputed.
And turns out like no, and like he would retire. You know, leave the belt hanging up in the air, come back, face whoever was holding it. You know what I'm saying? So he was pretty much, well, Floyd Mayweather, he was pretty much like champion recess. You know what I'm saying? Every 2 years and whatnot. And if not for nothing, that right there hurt boxing in a way as well, because a lot of the fans back then was tuning into that UFC shit and MMA and all that stuff. So we lost a lot of fans back then, believe it or not. It was good because everybody wanted to watch Mayweather lose, so he made a lot of money doing that shit, you know, pay-per-view wise and all that shit. But in reality, it was hurting boxing back then. And this is why I was telling you again, man, this is currently the greatest era in boxing, man, because people are tuning in. And now you got a lot of the new kids tuning in. A lot of motherfuckers that be on TikTok and shit. You know what I'm saying? They watching boxing, man. They actually care about it. You know what I'm saying? And it's very interesting, bro, to see that. You know, so that's what I was basically trying to tell you yesterday, man. But y'all was saying that, nah, hell no, you know, because you want to compare it to the motherfucking the freaking the 4 Kings. I was talking about specifically the 4 Kings. You know what I'm saying? On 3 Kings.
Well,
so
here's
you know,
the deal.
and I mean, you know, that's an era that you know, boxing is basically you can never replicate boxers. You know what I'm saying? And the eras in boxing is different. Like Muhammad Ali, for instance, right? What made Muhammad Ali great was not only the fights, but the era that he lived in, the impact of the times. You know what I'm saying? The politics and all that, what he went through as a man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the fighters today don't have to go through all of that because of people like Muhammad Ali. You know what I'm saying? But now that shouldn't take away from the aspect of what's going on in boxing today. Like there's really a lot of shit going down in boxing, and the best are fighting the best. You know what I'm saying? People are really, you know what I'm saying? You know, facing each other now, you know, bigger paydays, you know, all that. You know what I'm saying, bro?
That second to last comment.
Last comment.
Let me jump in, man.
Go ahead.
And I respect your opinion. That's what's up.
For sure,
you know,
for sure.
Anybody who watches boxing, I respect what you do. You know, that the fact that you're putting light on the sport. But I highly disagree with what you're saying, and I'm about to debunk a couple of things that you said. So, number one, when it comes to money, I don't give a fuck about who's making what. I don't count a nigga's pockets, bro. I am a boxing analyst / media source / fan of the sport. So Canelo making $600 million or $60, I don't care. You see what I'm saying? That's not something that a person in my position should give a fuck about. Now, if I'm his manager or his trainer, then I care. Why? Because I get a percentage of that purse. If I'm his promoter, right? Or if I'm part of the TV networks that signed Canelo, I get a percentage of not only his purse, but whatever pay-per-view buys or views on that particular network that he brings in. So that's when you care about the money. As a fan, dog, you should never give a fuck about how much money a nigga's making. So the point that you said where this is the best era of boxing in terms of the money, they're making more money than they ever had, who fucking cares? That's a moot point, right? That's an opinion, and that's basically something that you feel emotionally that you're driven to because you just like people getting money. Nothing wrong with that. But when it comes to debating which one's the best era, that shit doesn't matter unless you're talking to a fighter. But this is a fan-based conversation. So that doesn't matter. when it comes to the undisputed thing, I do agree with you that it's a good thing that we got 3 undisputed champions since
One face, one name.
2018.
That's what it's always been about. Yeah,
I agree with you. But that was your first point. So I'm going to say that was your biggest point. That was your highest priority point. It's the first thing you said, right? Did you forget about 2003 to 2006? Did you forget about that?
You talking about B-Hop or
No. Roy Jones Jr.
Oh, Roy Jones Jr. Yeah.
B-Hop, Winky Wright, Zab Judah, Corey Spinks. Hell, even throw O'Neal Bell in there. All of them motherfuckers were undisputed champions within 3-year span, bro. And if you go back a little further back than that, Lennox Lewis's reign stopped at 2000. You can add him in there. So we've been had this just in 2 decades ago, bro. This ain't, I mean, so we started at 2018, so it would be the last decade, right? We had this before. This ain't the first time this has happened. And to be quite honest with you, those guys that I named that were undisputed champions within that 3-year span are way better fighters than the motherfuckers I just named in this 3-year span, excuse me, right? Because you got Roy Jones. Roy Jones, in my opinion, when he was undisputed, that motherfucker was the most unstoppable motherfucker in boxing. People didn't think Roy Jones would ever lose a fight. Floyd Mayweather was never even thought of like that. When Floyd Mayweather got in the ring with Oscar De La Hoya, a bunch of people thought he was going to lose that fight. When Floyd Mayweather got in the ring with Diego Corrales, a bunch of motherfuckers thought he was going to lose that fight. When Floyd Mayweather got in the ring with Genaro Hernandez, they said he was too green to take that fight. Right? Hell, Floyd Mayweather, I bet you didn't know this. I'll give you a tidbit. The only time Floyd Mayweather was ever an underdog was against Diego Corrales. Why? Because at the time, Diego Corrales was a top 5 pound-for-pound fighter. I'll also tell you this because I'm probably sure you didn't know this. Floyd Mayweather's father, Floyd Mayweather Sr., begged Floyd Mayweather not to take that fight. His own dad said, please don't take that fight. Nigga, when Roy Jones was running shit, even before this nigga was a champion, this nigga was never at a situation where people thought he was going to lose the fight, bro. When he got in there with James Toney, it was like, damn, this is a close one. But man, Roy's so fucking exciting. He's so athletic. He's got speed. He's got power in both hands. This nigga's still going to win. Cat still felt that way, dog. So while Terrence Crawford's an excellent fighter, in my opinion, he's probably the most skilled. Him and Canelo right there. I would take in terms of skill Terrence Crawford because he's a switch hitter, right? And I think he's more intelligent than Canelo is in the ring. But I do have Canelo as 3 Kings boxing top 10. I don't call it pound for pound. I agree with you on that. He's 3 Kings boxing top 10, which means he's one of the top 10 fighters in boxing, right? I have Canelo at number 1 because of, this era, in my opinion, is terrible. Fighters aren't fighting each other. So we have to put Canelo up there because of what he's done. Even though I don't really put too much credence on what he's done. But it's still better than everybody else. So you got to put him at number 1, right? But Terrence Crawford is a great fighter. Alexander Usyk's a bad motherfucker, man, to me. And I like Josh Taylor. But those 3 don't measure up to what Roy Jones Jr. himself was back at that time, bro. Doesn't measure up at all. Not even close. So you forgot about that era, fam. And that's where you failed in your argument. The next point you made, right? You were talking about fighters were fighting each other. And that was at the end of your argument where I said, man, that second point, I don't know about that. Dog, you got a lightweight division where nobody's fighting nobody.
So now that's the thing. See, you go ahead and aim. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You go ahead and focus on one division where the best aren't really probably facing each other at the moment. But fam, that's a major division because all of those guys, right? Yeah. And a lot of boxing fans' own right and how they view, how good these fighters are. You can take like 10 to 20 people and say, hey man, what's your pound for pound, top 10 list? A lot of motherfuckers would have Teofimo Lopez. A lot of motherfuckers are going to have Tank Davis in it, even though I disagree with Tank Davis, but they're going to have him in there. I've seen some people have Devin Haney in there, right? I don't see nobody have fucking Ryan Garcia in there, so he'd probably be the only motherfucker that's not there right in that top 4 in that division, right? But you got guys
that people believe are the best in that division, right? And possibly the best fighters in boxing, sitting there looking at each other, doing more arguing on Twitter than they actually do in the fucking ring. And that's just one division, but I can keep going. Why hasn't Naoya Inoue fought fucking John Rael Casimiro yet? That's a super fight at 118. The fight was canceled 3 times because of COVID-19. And Naoya Inoue, ever since he signed with Top Rank, he said, well, fuck it. I'm gonna go fight.
But now that's the thing about, see, so now right there, I'm gonna cut you off because right there, regardless of the fact if Naoya Inoue and Casimiro just still haven't got to fight yet, I wouldn't say necessarily they're not gonna ever fight or whatever, because you gotta understand, Naoya Inoue has fought everybody. I mean, there was a World Boxing Super Series that he just obliterated the whole competition. I mean, literally.
You do realize Naoya Inoue skipped the division, one of the hottest divisions in boxing. You realize that, right?
he absolutely tore right through that whole fucking division. Like,
I understand it, but you realize he skipped one of the hottest divisions in boxing, though, right?
He what?
He skipped one of the hottest divisions in boxing.
You talking about 115 or 118?
Yes,
he skipped 115.
Oh yeah, so now 115. No, so now let me tell you about that. So now 115, everybody there was fighting each other pretty much.
Roman Gonzalez was trying to get him.
Gonzalez. They was all fighting this other kid, the Japanese kid. What's his name, man? My son, Ioka. So
Kazuda
Ioka. Nietes was there. So I mean, it was mayhem.
Nah,
everybody
bro,
was busy there.
But they have nothing to do with.
Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Hold on, real quick. I'll let you jump in real quick. Let me get this point out. Roman Gonzalez was calling out. He was trying to get Naoya Inoue, bro. Did you know that?
No, yeah, I know that.
Okay, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I know that.
What I'm saying is, though, but he skipped. Yeah. But this is what I'm saying. Naoya Inoue skipped that division. He skipped that whole division, which one of the hottest divisions in boxing.
He skipped that whole division, but did you see what he did at 118?
It doesn't matter. He skipped that one division because we still waiting on him to fight Joel Casimiro, right? We still waiting on him to fight that dude.
But so even though Casimiro's at 118, Casimiro's at 118 now, though.
Where's Naoya Inoue, man?
118.
Right. So we still waiting on that fight.
Yeah. No, they don't face each other.
But you can't say. But you cannot say best ever when they haven't fought yet. If we don't know if they will fight, we're hoping they fight. We don't know if they will.
We're hoping they fight, but they gonna fight. That's for sure.
The point is, Tor, we don't know that they're gonna fight, bro.
Right, exactly. We don't know if they're gonna fight because Naoya Inoue was actually talking about moving up.
Yeah, he said he was going to 122.
The thing is, so if he does that at 120, listen, if Naoya Inoue goes to 122, did you know that 122 is even deadlier than 115?
But he does not fight John Rael Casimiro.
That's not the point.
Because listen, if Naoya Inoue would choose to jump up to 122, he'd be in more danger than fighting anybody at 115, because you gotta understand 122 is warming up like crazy. You had
Here's hold on, dog. I gotta cut you off. I gotta cut you off, fam. I gotta cut you off because here's what you're missing. Here's what you're missing. No, hold on. Rais Salim is pissed off right now because he can't get in the mix right now. Yeah. I wrote the article on that.
Rais Salim was trying to get MJ.
Yeah. Well, but the thing is that if Rais Salim wanted a shot at MJ, I mean, shit.
He's in position. He's in position to get it as a mandatory. They didn't mandate it.
He gonna get it. That's for sure. Right? Salim's gonna get it next. I mean,
but that's speculation.
That's speculation. That's what I'm exactly, dog. You can't say what he is or we think. If you're going to tell me how an era is better, you can't give me they might do this. Moves got to be because when we're talking about the best era of the 80s, we didn't have that. The niggas did do that. We know that. It's documented. It already fucking happened, right? So even if you tell me, hey man, eventually they're gonna fight. Well, until they do, we can't say how this is better. Because at the end of the day, he needs to fight John Rael Casimiro. If he does not fight John Rael Casimiro, that's a problem. And we should look at it like it's
no. I understand what you're saying, but what I'm trying to tell you is that how can you say Naoya Inoue did not fight the best?
We didn't say that. We didn't say that.
What I'm saying is, So now I'm gonna just say this though, right? even if Naoya Inoue skipped 115, all right, that's a fact. That's no problem. That's cool. But he went to 118, a bigger division, and obliterated the whole division. And
But
he fought the best.
okay.
He fought Manny Rodriguez.
He fought the best guys at that division. But you're not going to tell me some of those guys was better than Roman Gonzalez or Juan Francisco Estrada.
Right. Manny Rodriguez is not better than Manny Rodriguez is not better than Carlos Cuadras at that time. Carlos Cuadras was an undefeated WBC champion and held that WBC belt for a long time before Roman Gonzalez took it. He wasn't even better than Carlos Cuadras at that time, bro. Hell, he might not even been better than fucking Rung Visai at that time because Rung Visai was losing close decisions that people thought he won.
He won.
One of them being Cuadras. So, no, Manny Rodriguez was an IBF champion that nobody fucking heard of. that had a close fight with Jason Maloney, a dude from Australia that nobody else had even heard of at that time. Of course, we knew him, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Boxing,
yeah, we knew him. Yeah. But
yeah.
That's the problem. No, but see, that's what I'm trying to tell you. The problem is that dudes in boxing are casuals. That's just the reality about it. They only care about.
Well, your notion of casual, but your notion of casual is slanted though, bro. Because you said we were casuals, and we're showing you right now.
What I'm telling you is basically yesterday. It's like yesterday. Yesterday when y'all was talking about, oh, this era is terrible and yada yada and all that.
It
bullshit.
is.
And all that bullshit. Y'all was talking about when y'all was talking about yesterday about how this era of boxing is terrible and shit. Y'all was only talking about motherfucking Charlo through Canelo,
bro, because that was the scope of the conversation.
No, I
bro.
understand that. No, I understand that, but what I'm saying is that when you do that as people that know boxing, you also kind of taint it because
now you got the problem is, Tor, you gotta follow us to know what we're talking about. If you don't follow us, you don't
follow you. I comment on you just said it yesterday. I fucking comment on every fucking post you post.
I'm talking about no. I'm talking about the show. I'm not talking about the Three Kings Boxing page. I'm talking about the show. Okay. Yeah. If you haven't followed the show and actually listened to us speak on all this other shit on different videos, then you wouldn't know what we're talking about.
Shit, yesterday was the first time I ever heard John. Y'all sounding like some fucking casuals, bro.
But the problem with that is because you assumed that because of the scope of the conversation.
Yeah, for sure. That's for sure.
Absolutely. You're thinking about boxing as a whole based on topics that we're discussing. We're just talking about fucking Canelo and Dudu Makabu. That's all we're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But you're talking boxing in general. You can't do that,
boxing
bro.
in general. No, so now look. So now check this out, right? So now I'm gonna take you back to the Naoya Inoue real quick. Yeah. You saw how you try to like completely shit on boxing as a whole being not in the best era because the best aren't fight the best, and you use this man as an example.
He's one of the examples. I didn't get to the next example yet.
I'm gonna tell you one that you saw how while you try to use that as an example, you actually admitted that 115 was one of the hottest divisions. So because that is accurate. 115. You had divisions like 115 where there was Estrada, Cuadras, Gonzalez, Ioka, Nietes, goddamn, the whole shit was on fire. They was all facing each other. They was even making like a segment
Jerwin
on
and
HBO
Kaz is another one.
Shit, Superfly and all that shit.
By the way, Jerwin and Kaz is another one. He's not facing
Jerwin and Kaz is the other one. Yeah, but I mean, shit, he might lose his next fight, bro. I don't know, but that dude, yeah, he absolutely. That one right there. And then when you talking about the lightweights not fighting each other, right?
Okay.
What's another division in boxing where they're not fighting each other? And this one, everyone knows this is
welterweight.
Welterweight. No, I'm gonna tell you why that's incorrect. Welterweight, they were avoiding each other at first, but they ended up facing each other, man, and they ended up facing each other from the time
Errol Spence and Sean Porter ended up facing everybody.
No, but listen. Thurman is the one who started that. Thurman is the one who kicked the door down and said, "I'm facing everybody." Thurman went ahead. Keith one-time Thurman, and I was a big fan of him too. Still am. He fucking beat up on Porter. He beat up on Danny Garcia. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So
what happened?
So now those are the guys that face each other, right? So now what happened after that? He opened the door. Spence went ahead and fought them as well. He done fought Porter. He done fought Danny Garcia. So they started facing each other. So that's a division that you can no longer say they not facing each other. And then today, and then today, what is it? This weekend, right? Saturday, you got Crawford. You got Crawford facing Porter. So the welterweights are facing each other. So that is eliminated from the topic.
I'm talking about Jesus, bro. I'm talking about the top fights in boxing, man. Welterweight has the top matchup in boxing, where that fight has not happened in the last what
4 years,
2 years, maybe 4, because Crawford came up in 2018, beat Jeff Horn. So I'll say 2 years. Okay, the top fight in boxing, bro. There's no listen. Canelo and
nah, bro, you wrong there.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Canelo and maybe like Canelo Charlo, Canelo Andre, Canelo Benavidez, right? Those fights might beat Crawford Spence, maybe. Crawford Spence is one of the top. You can't argue that is one of the top 2 fights in fucking boxing. Crawford Spence. And they've been going at it for 2 years and haven't fought each other. Then you got 2 other guys that are coming up that nobody else is facing as well. Virgil Ortiz and Jaron Ennis. Shit, Rashidi Ellis can't get a fucking break.
Bro, Rashidi Ellis hasn't gotten a fight in a long time. That's a damn shame.
But that's my point. This is all at welterweight.
But that mainly has to do with promotional issues. You gotta understand.
It doesn't matter what the reason is. The point is it's happening.
Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford is this generation Sugar Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns. And we are not getting that fight. Yes, it is. It is this generation's version.
At the moment, it may seem that way. At the moment, it may seem that way.
At the moment, it is.
But let me tell you something about that. But let me tell you something about the top fight in boxing. The top fight. I'm gonna tell you right now, right? First of all, the top fight in boxing, prior to when people started just getting the whole hyping up the whole Crawford Spence fight. The top fight to make then was Wilder Joshua. That was the top fight in boxing. We never got that.
No, I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that.
Afterwards, the fight to make after that was also at heavyweight. It was between Joshua and Fury. You know what I'm saying? Those were the two fights.
We're not disagreeing with that.
And them fights ain't happened either.
No. I'm not saying that you wrong either, because me personally, I like smaller divisions because there's more punches involved. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not a really big heavyweight guy, but honestly, for the past how long ago was it that Wilder and AJ was like about to like face each other, not face each other? What was that, like 6 years ago?
Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about the AJ Wilder shit. How long ago that happened? Like what, 5-6 years ago now?
Yeah, about 2015, 2016.
So imagine that, right? For 6 years straight, we had the top fight to make being involving AJ with either Wilder or Fury after. So that was happening for a good 5-6 years. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, hold on. Wait a minute, because you're bouncing all over the place here, right?
For sure. No. I was just talking about the top fight in boxing when he said that.
But you're also proving our point, because them niggas didn't fight either.
They didn't fight either.
See, that's
all in this era.
The heavyweight division didn't fight in the end.
Hold on, man.
None of these motherfuckers are fighting.
Right, you got a chance to talk. Hold on for a second. This is what we're talking about, though. You talking about best era, but I'm giving you the top fights that did not fucking happen. Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford is this era's Sugar Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns. These motherfuckers is not gonna fight. And guess what?
Okay.
Terrence Crawford is, hold on, wait a minute. Crawford's openly telling us he don't give a fuck about the fight no goddamn more.
Sure.
That's exactly what he's saying, okay? Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua did not fight. Now, these niggas took losses to the point nobody even cares to watch them motherfucking fights. Tell me what the top fights are. They got to fight each other. One of the other top fights to me is John Casimiro and Naoya fucking Inoue. That motherfucking fight needs to happen. And
it got canceled. Torres, hold on, man. It got canceled. It got canceled 3 times, bro.
Yeah.
How did the fucking fight be on the docket 3 times? It gets canceled, and Inoue. I like Inoue. Understand? I gave Inoue Fighter of the Year in 2014 when all the boxing gave it to Terrence Crawford. I gave it to Inoue. right? Because he became a 2-division champion in under 10 fucking fights, right? That motherfucker was beating some names, bruh, in 2014. So that motherfucker deserved it. I give Noye all the respect in the world, but this right here tells you why this platform right here is objective, dog. This is why we don't give a fuck who you are. We could have praised you on Monday, but if you fucked up on Tuesday, we're gonna get your ass on Wednesday. Doesn't matter who it is. Noye, as much as I've praised him over the years, he is ducking John Riel Casimero.
So now I'm gonna take So check this out, right? I'm gonna go over to what he was saying about Crawford and Spence being this era's Leonard Hearns?
Leonard, yeah.
Yeah, all right. So now check this out, right? Let's look at some statistics, and you always gotta look at them anyways. If how many? What was the viewership? No. We're not doing that because I don't fucking care about that. I don't fucking care about that. Hold on, dog. And this is important. No. And that's why this era sucks to me. Because fans nowadays say that shit's important. I never cared about what viewership was. I never cared about what niggas pay was. No, but wait, listen. I know this may upset a lot of folks, but it's reality. What was the viewership for Leonard Hearns, all right, of the past era?
Hey, dog, was social media around back then?
No, wait. And what would you, and now wait, the reason why their viewership, here's another point. The reason why their viewership between Leonard and Hearns was so high is because Dumb Dudes was the 4 kings. That's the era of boxing revolved around them. You get what I'm trying to tell you?
No, it did not.
Those 4 people. They dominated
really
the
did.
whole
No, it
sport.
did, dog.
It did not, bro.
No, it did not.
No, it did not.
You
No,
forgot
it did
Mike
not.
Tyson was also part of that era.
Hold on, bro. Mike Tyson was part of that era. What's my man's name? Goddamn.
No, but Mike Tyson was what was it, like 89, 90?
No. Listen, hold on.
Go.
Larry Holmes was still ruling the roost at heavyweight.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah,
Hold on.
Yeah,
he was approaching that. He was approaching that. He was approaching that 50-0 record, beating fucking what's his name, Marciano, Rocky Marciano's record, and he got robbed by fucking Michael Spence in that first fight and robbed again in the second.
Yeah,
that motherfucker had major clout, just like the 4 Kings did. Don't forget, Salvador Sanchez became a superstar in 1981 when he beat Fredo Gomez. That motherfucker had major clout. Hell, that nigga was on the cover of Sports Illustrated at that time. What are you talking about?
Cornell Whitaker.
Yeah, a bunch of niggas was running shit. That's why the 80s was the best era. The 80s was so good. The 80s was so good of a fucking era that cats that came in the 80s ended up making the 90s so fucking good. Like Roy Jones Jr., Vander Holyfield, fucking James Toney, right? In that era, you had Mark Breland, right? So
here's the thing, right? We're living today in the era. So now why is the attention, or why are people saying that boxing is dead in this era
Gerald
now?
McClellan.
Because you gotta understand another aspect about it too. The landscape in boxing today is not like the 80s and 90s. Back then you had
because it sucks.
Back then you had a lot of Americans. Back then you got a lot of Americans. You see what I'm saying? Today in boxing, that's not the case. No, listen. Today in boxing, this era in boxing, that is no longer the case. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? That is no longer the case.
The number of American boxers has not dwindled, bro.
But yeah,
what are you talking about?
You had a lot of American boxers back then, and today you have a lot of foreigners competing.
Julian Jackson, Columbia, right?
In a lot of those pound rankings, you're gonna see that a lot of the people that's there dominating in those pound for pound rankings are foreigners. You know,
okay, but dog, this shit should help your point, but it doesn't. The fact that boxing has moved, because you're saying boxing has elevated to where kind of like basketball in the early 2000s when all the Europeans were coming over to the NBA, right? After Tony Kukoc and Drazen Petrovic and shit were in the fucking NBA in the 90s. Then all them motherfuckers start coming over in the 2000s, right? This is what you're saying. The same thing happened in boxing. That should help your fucking point, but it doesn't. The number of Americans hasn't dwindled. You can probably make an argument that there's the same amount of American fighters as there was back then, and there might be more today. The problem is, number one, the skill level, because they're not measuring up. Number two, you have the networks running the show now. When you have the networks running the show, that means when you sign with the network, it makes it harder to make fucking fights, right? And number three,
that was the case with HBO and Showtime.
And number three, no, it's no,
no,
nigga,
no, yes, it is.
It's not
It's
just
still
them.
going
It's
on
still
right
the
now.
case.
We don't have Spence and Crawford because of that.
Exactly.
So it's still going on right now.
No, but you got Porter facing Crawford, so that's
right.
That's no longer the
Right,
case.
but look how long.
But
Look
in
how
that
long.
Spence and
You had
Crawford.
Wilder face Fury 3 times.
Look
so
how
that's no
long.
longer-
But we
Look.
didn't get Wilder versus. You just said the big fight with Wilder and AJ. Don't give me Fury when the big fight was AJ because Fury was retired, fat, on dope and drugs.
For
Nobody
sure,
gave a
for
shit
sure.
about
It's
him.
true. No, he was
Okay.
gone. He was
All right,
gone.
so then you can't say that was a big fight. Nobody cared about that.
No. I'm telling you,
fight
no,
was
I'm
Anthony
talking about the
Joshua.
network shit because you mentioned the network shit going
Right,
on.
but the fight was Anthony Joshua, so that kept from happening because of the network. Same thing with what's going on with Spence and Crawford. Same thing at light fucking heavyweight. Right now,
But the thing
Demetrius
is that
Crow's
right
not
there,
getting in the mix.
that's a perfect
Devin
example of
Haney,
the fight being
Devin
made.
Haney.
Because
You got
Top
Top Rank telling Devin Haney, fuck off. They're telling him, fuck off. We're not giving you Vasily Lomachenko. We're not giving you motherfucking Teofimo Lopez. Hell, Golden Boy's telling him, we're not even giving you Ryan Garcia.
But now, what's another division? Look, I'm gonna tell you another thing. Another division that is having the same problem as lightweight, where they're not facing each other, just not to keep the attention focused on lightweight, is 112, where you got Martinez and you got champs like Delakian. You know what I'm saying? These guys aren't fighting each other either. You know what I'm saying? But people wouldn't know that.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? People wouldn't know that. But like I was telling you though, in per division, no matter what, no matter who's hurt or who, or the fights that we want, or we the hardcores want to see, you can't disagree with the fact that people like Naoya Inoue, Canelo Alvarez, what's his face? This other dude, Errol Spence, all right, one of these other dudes, man, a 140 pounder, I forgot his fucking name, but them dudes are all facing, yeah, Josh Taylor, there you go.
Taylor. And Josh Taylor had to sign with Top Rank to get that fight.
Oh, and the other dude, Usyk, and the other dude, Usyk, before he went.
But Josh Taylor had to sign to get. But Josh Taylor had to sign with Top Rank to get that fight. He doesn't sign with Top Rank to get the fight. We did not have back then in the 80s.
But at the end of the day, you can't deny the fact that these dudes have fought the best per division. You know what I'm saying? And they've been going at it with each other for a while now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. So,
from 115 to 118. 122 is about to get it on because you got Fulton and Brandon.
We sat right here and told you in the 80s you had that happening all the time, damn near all over boxing.
All the time, bro.
That was happening all the time, all over boxing back in the 80s.
Torres, did you watch boxing in the 80s, man? Be honest.
I'm not bro, I'm not from the 80s. I told you that. I'm not from the 80s.
Oh, well then this fucking conversation is mute and null then. Because because your boxing knowledge doesn't extend past 2000 probably 2000. Maybe 2010 from what you're talking about. Because you forgot about all those undisputed champions from 2003 to 2006.
No, but
I got you on that point.
I was talking about when I talk about the undisputed champions, remember I started the conversation with the 4-belt era.
Bro, your first point that you made was that this era was so good because we had 3 undisputed champions. Because we had 3 undisputed champions at from 2018 to 2021, right? That was the fucking point you made. And I said you forgot about 2003 to 2006. You had nothing to say after that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So you got caught on that. So that tells me that your boxing knowledge only extends from now to maybe 2010, maybe. So if you don't know the 80s, then what the fuck are you arguing about then? You gotta know the 80s.
No, I know the 80s. I know the 80s. Okay. I just said that I wasn't watching boxing because I studied the sport. I've watched fights from the 80s. I wasn't living in the 80s. That's what I told you. I wasn't living in the 80s.
Dog, but then hold on, dog. You can't sit there. I'm sitting here giving you. Hold on. Let me tell you how good the 80s was. Hold on.
You watching the fights in the 80s?
Check it out. Right. I was watching fights in the 70s, bro. Let me explain something to you. The 80s was so good. Me and my man had this conversation. I could name fights that didn't happen, that should have happened, but the 80s was so good.
And there was a lot of them.
That turned
and there was a lot of them.
Exactly. And the 80s was so good that there was fight Mike Tyson and David Tua, Riddick Bowe and Lennox Lewis. Them fights should have happened. They didn't, but they gave us great fights still. The 80 now, this era right now, we're not getting that because why? If Spence doesn't fight Crawford, guess what? We didn't get the best goddamn fight. If Noriano does not fight Casamento, guess what? We didn't get the best goddamn fight. We're not gonna get the best fight in heavyweight because Anthony Joshua and motherfucking Deontay Wilder did not motherfucking fight. That's the fight you said everybody wants to see. We're not getting the best fights in lightweight. Why? Because Teofimo Lopez refused to fight Devin Haney. So you cannot say that it's best when I can name fights that did not happen back then, but fights that was supposed to be good, but still gave us better and greater fights since they didn't happen. That's how good the 80s was compared to the shit we got going on right now.
Exactly. So that's done. That point is dead and done. You just basically said that you weren't around in the 80s.
No, I said I wasn't watching boxing in the 80s.
I'm not done.
It's the same thing,
man. I'm not done. You just said you weren't around in the 80s.
I wasn't watching boxing in the 80s, but
it's the same fucking thing, bro.
Dog, it's the same thing,
It's the same fucking thing. You weren't fucking around in boxing in the 80s.
Right.
You went back and had
no, but what I'm talking about is that I wasn't around. No, here's what I'm trying to tell you. I wasn't around to see the politics going around in the 80s.
Okay.
Exactly. Because you gotta, because in order to do that, you had to like man's over here that said he was actually living through the 80s. He was witness to the politics going down with the boxing scene in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? The whole presses and news and the media and etc. You know what I'm saying? See, but
here's the thing though. But here's the thing you're missing, right? On top of that, I can tell you during the 80s, because you talking about you was gonna give me analytics and pay-per-views and all that. Nobody gave a fuck about that in the 80s.
No,
we only cared about where we getting the best fights.
Exactly.
Right? I can sit here and tell you I had no idea who the promotion, who was the promoter for Leonard and motherfucking Hagler.
Hey, Bo, unless that motherfucker ink was on the middle of that mat, that's when you know the promoter was.
You know the promoter was, right? Okay, nobody like them are things we didn't care about back then. We didn't care about their persons. We didn't niggas. I didn't even know what the split was back then, dog.
They was getting raped back then.
And it doesn't matter. Hey, hold on. Toro, I don't care. I don't care who was getting raped. I don't give a fuck about niggas getting robbed. I don't care about none of that shit. All I care about is fights getting made. That's the whole point. The best era means fights that are being made. That's what that means.
Now, whether it got shit to do with exactly.
It ain't got shit to do. It ain't got shit to do about how much money a nigga got. It ain't got nothing to do with how much money a nigga got to buy, how many bitches and cars and chains he got. None of that shit matters. All that matters is what fights were being made in what era. That's what defines a fucking era. Mm-hmm. And right now we're not getting it because here's the deal. Because of the money, niggas getting. That's why you got Charlo telling you on Instagram, man, and fucking Regis Prograis is reading a comment from a fucking fan. He says, "Will you ever fight David Benavidez?" That's why you got Jamal Charlo's response as, "Man, I don't listen to that shit. I don't listen to comments." And then Regis was like, "You don't care about that shit?" He said, "No. Why would I care about the comments? I'm rich." That's why you got them niggas saying that shit.
But Regis actually fought the best, though. Regis fought the best, too. I mean, he was at 140 fighting the best.
I'm not talking about Regis. I'm talking about Jamal. Jamal's the one that said that.
Yeah, but Jamal, I mean, Jamal is
Jamal, nothing, dog. He's a part of this era and not giving us a best fight. Jamal,
his brother. But now, look what his brother did. His brother Jamel.
Okay.
What did his brother? His brother fought
everybody.
His brother fought the best of the division.
But hold on for a second. Because when you say, see, here's what you're confusing. You're saying, hey, because if a motherfucker wins the title or if a motherfucker is in a position to fight a title, you're equating that to this nigga being like a top level fucking dude. That's not the case. Caleb Truax was a fucking champion. That motherfucker that you're not right. You're not the best of the division just because of that reason right there. So you can't say that, right? And if you telling me, first of all, when you look at the old era, when we say best, you know what was not happening? Niggas was not falling down from a jab to the stuff like they was busting a fucking nut.
Real talk, real quick, yo, JL Davis.
That shit.
Yo, shut your bitch ass the fuck up, bro, because I school you every single fucking time, bro.
That's
on
not what
any
I seen.
fucking boxing page, bro.
Hey, that's not what I seen,
That's
bro.
straight up, bro. Like I school you every time, bro. So cut
Hey,
the
Tor,
bullshit,
that's
bro.
not.
You know this
Hey,
shit.
bro, that's not what I
And
seen,
your
bro.
man's over here trying to help you. EJ
I'm just
Will
saying
and
that's
all
not
them.
what I seen.
I'm telling you right now, bro. I school you every fucking time, JL Davis. You heard? So don't even fucking play yourself, dude. You looking stupid right now.
Hey, look, hold on. I don't know.
Hey, right. I
Hold
don't
on.
know.
I don't know what boxing pages y'all go at each other on, but I know on the Three Kings Boxing Facebook page, you don't school him. So I'm gonna be real with you. You don't. Not on ours. On our page, I see this nigga getting you, bro.
Every time.
Just saying.
All right.
Every time.
It definitely seems to be something going on right there. Maybe we need to.
But he can feel special.
We can make a pit and bring you niggas on here.
Hey, Tor, check this out. Hey, Tor, hold on.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to come back and have a head to head with JL Davis?
Oh man, he would look stupid. Absolutely, I would love to publicly make him look stupid.
That's what's up.
Publicly
JL, would you do
Absolutely.
it? Would you do it, JL?
Him. Absolutely, that's easy.
Let me know, JL. He said it's easy work.
Absolutely.
Would you come on for
whenever
a pit?
you ready, JL? I will whoop the shit out of you on here.
Let me know in the comment section.
Let him know, Jay. Don't hide, bro, because I'm ready for your ass.
All right, he said let's do it.
Casual shit all the time.
All right, okay, bet. He's right. He said let's do it.
So hold on, Tor.
Yeah.
And we're gonna make this fair. Hey, Tor, if you get him, you get him.
Exactly.
Jay, if you get Tor, you get him.
Every time. This shit is
all right, bet. Hold on. All right, hold on. So what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get with y'all after this. We're gonna create a chat. I'm gonna get with you and JL. We're gonna make a time and we're gonna do this shit. It's gonna be Torres versus JL.
Easy work.
All right, bet.
JL don't even know what the fuck 105 is. Fuck out of here.
All right. But hold on, no. Wait a minute. No. Hold on, no. So
easy work.
Here's the problem, though, man.
Yeah.
All right. Because if you we got to move on.
Law, bro. We can't. Lazo, we can't, bro. We got to keep it moving, dog.
Yeah, right. No. Yeah, we got to keep it because there's some other things.
Hold on, bro. I can get you on later, Lazo. I'll get you on later another time. We can't send you a link out, bro.
Lord Zoe casual ass get on after, bro, when I'm sleeping.
Damn.
He don't got a job. Lord Zoe don't got a job.
Damn. This stuff to be regulating the bro.
In the morning, yeah.
Oh,
real talk. But real talk though. Look, and I'm gonna just say this, right? So when it comes to Canelo, and this was y'all was talking about yesterday too. When it comes to Canelo, man, I'm gonna tell y'all this, man, straight up. No boxer is doing what he's currently doing right now and hasn't done it in a long time. I think the last time we've seen somebody do something like that since Canelo is you brought up earlier, Roy Jones Jr. Now,
Manny Pacquiao.
Pacquiao.
He didn't become undisputed, but he was moving up all these divisions, man.
Same thing with
and
Floyd.
Pacquiao is not an 8 division world champion either, but that's a touchy subject.
Well, yeah, we agree with you on that.
We agree with you on the 8 division world champion.
Straight up. So now,
we agree.
So that's what discredits Pacquiao's sense in a way, because Pacquiao technically only made it up to 6 division world champion, like Oscar De La Hoya. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Yeah,
no.
Because ring and IBO don't count.
Ring and WBO don't count.
No, ring and IBO.
No, and WBO does not count.
Pac-Man won an IBO.
When Oscar De La Hoya.
Hold on. The reason why I disagree with that is because it's not ring, it was lineal.
Well, lineal ring is the same shit, honestly.
Oh shit! So you're saying lineal champion doesn't count?
The lineal ring title is the same fucking title.
Hold on, sir. First of all, lineal and ring is not the same thing. They stopped that a few years ago. That's something else you didn't know.
It's the same shit, bro.
No.
Ring
go look it up
on their page and everything,
bro. Go look it up. They stopped because I thought the same thing too until I did
because the lineal is the man who beat the man, all that bullshit. Yeah, I understand.
I have to mute you, dog, because you don't fucking listen. I looked it up too. Just a few years back, they stopped correlating the ring title with lineal championship, bro. Go look it up, Tor. Now, doesn't matter anyway if those two correlate or not. At the end of the day, lineal championship is why Manny Pacquiao was considered a champion at 140. Now, I'm going to unmute you. Are you trying to tell me that him being lineal at 140 doesn't count? Go ahead.
It doesn't count. It doesn't count. It didn't count for Tyson Fury either. Remember that.
Tyson Fury is not lineal.
Tyson Fury's not lineal.
Tyson Fury was lineal. And he was pushing that.
He
shit
retired.
Like
he
well.
retired.
He retired.
Once you retire, that's it.
Listen, bro. Listen. It didn't count for Tyson Fury. It don't count for Pac-Man. It don't count for anybody else.
Pac-Man didn't retire.
Don't matter. It don't count for Floyd Mayweather and all that.
You mean it doesn't matter? Hold on, dog. Wait a minute, dog. Hold on, dog. No, hold on, man. You can't do that. This one nigga retired.
Sometimes the man who beat the man means the man who didn't fight the other man who was supposed to be undisputed and could have been undisputed. So what I mean. Oh, look, somebody just said it right now. Lineal is right behind undisputed.
Torres, we agree with that. Hold on, bro. Nigga, we agree with that. Again, this is a problem with you. You do too much assuming about what we're saying and don't know what the fuck we're coming from. We've made videos about why lineal is under undisputed. We've made videos about that. Now, my man Lord Zoe doesn't agree with that, and that's something we've gone back with Lord Zoe with. But we've made videos saying lineal is under undisputed. But lineal still counts. You're saying lineal doesn't count at all. It still counts. It's just not as prestigious as undisputed. You're saying it doesn't count at all. And then you're saying it doesn't count at all just because you want to say it just doesn't fucking count. We're saying Tyson Fury's not lineal because he retired, which falls in the rules of lineal. If you retire, right, just like Lennox Lewis did, lineal gets reset just like it did after Lennox Lewis retired, and lineal became Vladimir Klitschko. It's the same thing with Tyson Fury. He fucking retired, man. So it had to have been reset. Lineal would have been made if the big fight that you said that was supposed to be made between Wilder and Anthony Joshua, but they didn't fight. So lineal never got fucking reset. It's Top Rank that is pushing this lineal shit with Tyson Fury, and it's false. However, Manny Pacquiao being lineal, Ricky Hatton had not lost at 140 pounds. He lost at 147 when he fought Floyd Mayweather. He beat Costa Zoo, which made him fucking lineal at 140, and he hadn't lost at that division until Manny Pacquiao beat him. That's why Pacquiao was lineal. Go ahead.
No, but Pac-Man only beat him for the IBO title, bro.
It was lineal. He hadn't lost at 140.
It was lineal.
That's how he got lineal,
too, bro.
Nah, but that shit don't count, bro. Lineal don't count.
Oh shit!
Lineal's garbage, bro.
Okay, hold on, wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. So you said lineal's garbage, then, right? Okay. So hold on, wait a minute. So did you know Marc Antonio Barrero dropped his belt and fought Pacquiao for lineal also, and they counted that as towards a title? Did you know that?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. When he fought Hatton, he fought for the IBO.
I'm not talking about Hatton. I'm not talking about that. No.
Listen.
I said no. You listen, bro. I said Marco Antonio Barrera.
Yeah. Marco Antonio.
Right.
He fought him for the Ring Magazine lineal, whatever the fuck. That stupid belt. That's why that shit and the 140 IBO don't count.
It counts. No. Lineal counts. But here's what I'm trying to tell you. No, lineal counts. Here's what I'm trying to tell you. Because I said Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya won the WBO belt, I think, in super featherweight. WBO was not a legit title until 2007. De La Hoya won it back in the 90s, 95, 96. So
that wasn't even around, bro. It wasn't even around in the 90s.
What belt wasn't around?
WBO
was? Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Are you man? You get Torres.
WBO was around in '90.
I'm gonna Google that shit right now. Look, listen, I'm gonna Google that shit right now.
Google it. 1988. WBO was
right now. It's not. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Go ahead, dog.
Oh shit! Are you fucking kidding me?
Go ahead, dog. Google it right now. The WBO was around, bro.
Google that shit right
now. Go ahead. WBO was around, bro.
I'm gonna tell you right now. But go ahead, y'all speak.
You ever heard of a nigga named Johnny Nelson?
Yeah. Johnny Nelson, British UK fighter, was a WBO champion in the early 90s.
Okay. And he
was a WBO champion in the early 90s, bro. The WBO started in 1988, bro. What are you talking about? And I'm not. And hold on, bro. And I'm not googling shit. This is off the dome, bro. Wait a minute. This is off the dome. Torres, you fucking told me in my chat yesterday, and you told me on Facebook Messenger that you were going to school me. And how the fuck can you school me when you don't even know when the fucking WBO was fucking invented?
Man said it was in 97.
No, fuck that shit.
I didn't say it was in 97. I said Oscar De La Hoya won the motherfucking 95.
Wait. You're trying to tell me that you were going to school me and you don't even know when the fucking WBO was created? You told me you were going to school me and you sat here and admitted that you don't know shit about 80s boxing except what you fucking studied? Are you kidding me?
Here we go.
Like Bo said, De La
Yeah,
Hoya
so
was the
this shit-
WBO champion in 1994. Super featherweight. I'm not Googling none of this. This is off the dome, nigga. I thought you were supposed to school me, though. I thought
Here
I
we
was
go.
a
This shit
casual.
was in
1988. I already know it.
no, but it was founded then, but none of that bullshit counted, and it wasn't even a fucking
I
legit
just
title.
That's
said
what
that.
Bo was saying.
Yeah,
That's what I said.
What I'm trying to tell you is that no, because you mentioned that it was in '97 or whatever the fuck that it was a legit
I
title.
said
No,
Oscar De La Hoya won
And
it.
it wasn't. And it
dog.
wasn't. It wasn't.
2007.
I said Oscar De
WBO
La
wasn't. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That WBO wasn't legit until the 2000s.
That's
but
what
that shit-
Bo
that's what
said.
I
Bo was
said.
telling you that.
You said
I
96,
said
97.
no,
you said
nigga.
around
I
there.
said listen. Hold on,
That's
man.
what I'm going
man.
back to.
Go ahead,
Hold on,
Go ahead.
dog. Listen. Shut the fuck up. You on our show. Listen for a second. I specifically said Oscar De La Hoya won the WBO belt at super featherweight back in 94, 95. So it does not count toward him being a 5-division champion. That's what the fuck I said. I never said any of that other shit. You gotta listen.
No, now you said that. Now you said that because now
I said that in the beginning.
Tor,
I
he
said
said
that in the beginning, bro.
But
Bro,
like I said, that shit wasn't alive.
Tor, the chat
That shit
heard
wasn't alive
Bo.
until 2000. But look, anyways,
Tor, no fucking anyways. No fucking anyways. We're not going off of this. This is your problem with what I said with the whole franchise championship yesterday. You misread because you don't fucking listen. You only hear what you want to hear so that you can continue with your goddamn narrative. That's your fucking problem, dog. And that's why we had a problem with you yesterday. This nigga specifically said, and everybody heard it in the chat, that this nigga said the WBO did not exist as a major fucking belt until 2007, specifically February of 2007. And he was trying to tell you that De La Hoya really wasn't a 6th division champion because he held the WBO belt in 2 different divisions in the 90s before the WBO belt. The WBO was considered a major sanctioned body. That's exactly what Bo said, bro. And the chat heard him, man. You're the only one that didn't hear that. The only one. Just like you're the only one that didn't hear me or didn't understand anyway what I said about the franchise tag yesterday. The only one. I don't know if you got hearing problems or what, bro.
Can I speak real quick? So, all right. So, look, I'm gonna just school the fuck out y'all right now because
how?
Buddy.
Oh, how?
You
didn't even
see how
know.
Buddy said that the WBO wasn't recognized until 2007. That's all bullshit because you guys forgot that in the 4-belt era, B-Hop became undisputed world champion. Correct?
Oh,
The fucking not, bro.
Dog.
Exactly. So fuck out of here. That dumb shit.
He was WBO was not part of undisputed, nigga. What is you talking about? WBO was not part of unfucking disputed back then.
IBO do not fucking count, bro. That's all I'm
saying. Dog,
hold
on. Nobody's arguing that point, nigga.
No. I know that, but
what I'm trying to tell you is that I said, no, dog. Nobody, hold on. No, motherfucker, my ass, nigga. You better shut the fuck up on this show. This ain't your shit. This our shit. Shut the fuck up and no, hold on, man. Fuck this nigga. Man, you gonna be quiet and listen for a change in your fucking life, nigga. Nobody said anything about IBO not being legit. We were talking about 5 division. I said Oscar De La Hoya doesn't count because he won the WBO title and the bitch didn't become legit until 2007. De La Hoya won the WBO super featherweight in 95. That's what the fuck I said.
Man, B-Hop was undisputed before 2007, stupid.
But WBO wasn't part of that, motherfucker.
This motherfucker.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, goofy ass.
Undisputed 4-belt era then.
B-Hop, B-Hop was undisputed with 3 belts.
There, bro. You got school. You got educated on
no, you don't know what the fuck you stupid ass is talking about. Hey, get this bozo ass nigga the fuck out of here. This bozo nigga don't even want to fucking listen. This bozo ass nigga don't even want to fucking don't even know nothing about the 80s boxing, man. Get this bozo ass nigga out of here.
That's all I'm saying on that shit.
Go ahead, 2K. 2K, go ahead. 2K, go ahead, man.
Go ahead. How you gonna say that fucking WBO didn't count until 2007? And y'all look stupid.
WBO was not part of undisputed in 2007, nigga. Nigga, WBO was not part of undisputed until 2007, nigga.
You gonna say some dumb shit like that?
Oh my God, 2K, take care of this goofball ass nigga, man. 2K, take care of this goofball nigga, man.
People that they casuals and shit.
2K, take care of this goofball, man.
Yo, but
Shut this goofball ass nigga up.
Hold
I ain't got time to be listening to that nigga
on,
no more.
hold on. Who did he beat to become WBO champion, right? In the 4-belt era. Who was it? Go ahead, Torres. Who was it? Who did y'all mute him? Don't mute him. Don't mute him. Who was it?
Tell me who undisputed, bro. I told you.
I'm not saying he didn't. I asked you who the fuck did he beat?
We moving on to Canelo now. We moving on.
No, we gotta move on. Who the fuck did he beat?
No, hell no. Answer that fucking question.
Now because y'all got
answer that fucking question. Who did B-Hop beat? Who did B-Hop beat to win that belt?
Dumb shit, bro. Like, come on.
No.
And like,
Tor, you said that we didn't let you talk. I'm asking you, who did he beat, right? Because it specifically says, if you look up the WBO, they didn't become a major organization until February 2007. Who did B-Hop beat, right, with the WBO belt to become a 4-belt undisputed champion? He was a 4-belt undisputed champion. I agree with that.
Lawyer.
Who did he beat?
Jesus Christ, my brother. Oscar the Lawyer. How you gonna fucking try to? Come on, bro.
I'm asking you. I just
cut the shit.
Because I asked you a question.
I'm you, bro. Come on, man. I said that shit like 1,000 times, bro. Yo, but look, bro. We're moving on.
Hold on.
No, we're not moving on. This is my show.
Touch on the
kill this nigga.
Bro, hold on, nigga. Damn, I gotta mute your ass too. Hold on, niggas. He said that he beat Oscar De La Hoya for the WBO belt, right? And that made him a 4-belt era champion. He's correct. 2004. He's correct.
Correct. That's right.
Torres, you're correct.
Yeah. I know, my brother. I know. But I'm moving on from that. Because I don't want to.
But Hopkins was already undisputed before that WBO belt, nigga.
No, so now, no. But listen, we moving on from that. That shit.
No, we're not moving on. But now Hopkins was already Hopkins was already undisputed before that, nigga. We said that already. He held 4 belts. Yes, he fought De La Hoya for it, but he was already an undisputed middleweight. Why? Because he had WBC, WBA, and IBF.
We going to King Canelo now, bro.
No,
motherfucker.
We go where we want to go.
Right, we go where we want to go.
I wanted to get at y'all with this so bad yesterday, man, because
what, Canelo?
Y'all was talking some crazy reckless shit about Canelo facing Ilunga Makabu. Let me ask you something, my brother. What other fucking world champion currently is moving up 5 fucking divisions?
What does that matter?
No. It fucking matters, bro.
Why?
It fucking matters, bro.
Why?
Because Canelo started his career off as a welterweight, finally competed for a world title at 154, has moved up, has dominated 154. Well, not really. He didn't really dominate 154. But
I'm gonna mute you. Hold on. I'm gonna mute you.
Dominated 160.
I'm gonna mute you.
No, wait, don't mute me yet. Wait,
let me tell. Hold on a second, nigga. I wasn't done with the last topic. We're gonna get on this.
You going back to the last topic? All right,
I wasn't fucking done with it, nigga. You don't run the show. I do, nigga.
I know I wasn't done with it.
I run the show, motherfucker. You don't run it,
shit, nigga.
We're gonna go
to your show then. Cool. No, but tell me what happened. What
we're gonna go to Canelo. Let me read this to you. I'm gonna read it to you. Listen.
Right, read it.
In 2004, the WBC began naming WBO champions in its ranking listings. The IBF did not recognize the WBO until May 2006, but was doing so by February 2007. So we weren't wrong. Now, if they got Bernard Hopkins listed as a WBO, IBF, WBC, and WBA champion in 2004, right, which they do, and they're saying he's undisputed because of the WBO, and you're counting that as a 4-belt era champion, it's incorrect. He was undisputed before that with the IBF, WBA, and WBC. The WBO was not recognized by the final sanctioning body, which was the fucking IBF, until February 2007. So Torres, you were correct that he beat Oscar De La Hoya and had the WBO title, but he was already undisputed, only having the IBF, WBC, and WBA. Now, ain't that crazy how tables fucking turn, brother?
I'm glad.
Now let's go to Canelo.
I'm glad y'all happy with that. But anyway, let's go on.
Ain't that crazy how tables turn, motherfucker? You was running your mouth when you thought you was right. Now you fucking quiet. Shut the fuck up. Now we'll go to Canelo. Continue.
I got that right.
No, you
didn't get it right. I just read it to you.
He just read it to you, dog.
I just read it to you.
Today in boxing is moving up 5 divisions.
So here's the deal. As we said earlier, we have no problem with Canelo moving up 5 divisions. We said that earlier in the show. Now listen, Tor, because you have a listening problem. So listen. We have no problem with Canelo moving up 5 divisions. We actually like it. Matter of fact, we talked about this. Bro. We talked about this shit. We're not gonna suck his dick like you. Stop it.
It's legendary,
but we like it. Okay, we like it.
But you gonna suck Roy Jones Jr. off, huh?
I didn't suck Roy Jones Jr. at all. Roy Jones Jr. been knocked the fuck out like 8 times, nigga, and fucked up his Hall of Fame legacy. What you talking about? Is that sucking dick right there?
When he moved up to heavyweight, you sucked his dick.
No, I didn't. When did I say that? When did I say that?
Nobody mentioned.
When did I say that?
Yo, but look, listen.
No. When did I say that? When did I say that?
Listen.
Now you're speculating. Now you're talking shit and speculating because you have no other argument.
I'm not speculating because you were the one who brought up Roy Jones Jr. earlier on.
Nigga, I brought up Roy Jones Jr. because your stupid ass said we haven't seen anything with 3 undisputed champions in 3 years. That's why this is the best era. I brought up Roy Jones because he was a fucking undisputed champion from 2000 or it started in 2003, and then in 2000 to 2006, which is 3 years, we had like 5 undisputed champions. That's why I brought him up. Continue.
Yeah. So now going back to Canelo. What other world champion is moving up 5 divisions? No one. Now
I'm not
right now. Here's the thing.
We just Canelo, said again, like I said, you have a fucking listening problem. We like Canelo moving up 5 divisions. We're not going to suck his dick though. All right, but it's good that he's moving up 5 divisions. The only problem we have ever had with this, and we said this on the beginning of yesterday's show, throughout the show, that's why I kept the goddamn picture of the article up on the screen the entire fucking 2 hours yesterday, bro. The only problem we had with this was that Morris Bradis called him out right after he beat Caleb Plant. And I watched, not just on my Facebook page, man, I watched it on Google. Right? Because I have a website. The website is being tracked on Google. You got 90K people on your page, right? Nigga, I get over that in 1 day going to my website. In 1 day. You have 90K in one group. I have that as visitors going to my website in 1 day. All right. So I'm monitoring.
So basically
I'm not done yet. I'm monitoring Facebook comments. I'm monitoring what they're saying on Google, what they're saying on Instagram. Everywhere, which is way more than your 90K and your Canelo group. All right. People were fucking laughing at Morris Bradis. And people were saying, that's a terrible fight. One motherfucker said, that's like Josh Taylor calling up Noye. It said some stupid shit like that. Right? Everyone, a bunch of motherfuckers, Canelo fans like you, we're saying that's a terrible fight, bro. But then when Canelo comes out a week later and states, or at least Eddie Reynoso states, that they're going to fight Dudu Makabu, who's an inactive champion, been inactive since December of 2020, right? So he's going to be out a year. By the time they fight in Cinco de Mayo weekend in May, he's going to be out a year and 5 fucking months, bro. On top of that, Dudu Makabu is the 4th best champion at cruiserweight. He's not better than Lawrence Okoli. He's not better than Morris Bradis. And he's not better than Arsen Goulamirian. Him and Arsen Goulamirian are probably right there. But skill-wise, he's not better than Arsen Goulamirian. I have Arsen Goulamirian beating Alinga Makabu if they ever fought. So he skipped Morris Bradis. All you Canelo fans, most of you Canelo fans, were laughing at Morris Bradis when that shit came out and 3kingsboxing.com broke that news. Mad Canelo fans were laughing at this dude, man. But then when he picked Makabu, it was okay. Oh, he's chasing legacy. He's going up 5 divisions. He's chasing legacy. Makabu's a champion. It doesn't matter that he sucks. I actually seen this comment from a Canelo fan. It doesn't matter that he sucks. I seen that. It doesn't matter that he sucks. He holds a belt, so he's a viable fucking opponent. I actually seen that comment. Those are the same motherfuckers that were laughing at Mars Bradis. Make that make sense, Torres. Go ahead. That was my problem all along.
Well, first of all, it was already kind of well known that the talks for Canelo and Makabu were gonna take place sooner or later, because I myself, who is a big supporter of Canelo, actually was saying this for a while now. I think I've had over a year saying this, that Makabu and Canelo would face each other. So we pretty much saw that happening. Now, this is what I was telling you about yesterday with the whole franchise champion status. So now, the reason why it is easier for Canelo to just simply face Makabu is not because Makabu is a weaker champion or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's because being franchise champion, he has a designation where he can move up or down as he pleases and completely skip any contenders, any top contenders, avoid them. So we're going to say that. We're going to use the word avoid them and go straight to the champion, because in boxing, we do know that sometimes more dangerous than the champion is the contender. So with Briedis, he doesn't have that what would you call it, that wiggle room. With Briedis, he would have to go to the IBF, submit his petition, and they tell him, yeah, for sure, no problem, but you got to face this contender.
Wrong.
And if not
one, hold on, bro. Hold on, let him finish.
Two, if not one or two, and then he would have to go ahead and face Briedis. Now remember, Canelo is not a man who's planning on staying in the cruiserweight division. He's planning on going up like Roy Jones Jr. did, facing that one man, coming right back down. You know what I'm saying?
And that's
if he was a person that would try to compete at cruiserweight, it would make sense for him to have 1, 2, even 3 fights there.
Okay. All right. I got your point. I got your point.
That's what I was saying. Yes, remember that's
all right, Tor. That's okay. Yeah. Yesterday's in the past. We're here today.
Yeah. But I had to say it because I couldn't speak yesterday on it.
Tor, I got your point.
Yeah.
Now, where did you get that? Answer this quickly. Where did you get the information about the IBF? Hold on, Bo. Where'd you get that information about the IBF? And let me say, hold on. Let me say this. Because you don't really look things up, because I got you on that WBO shit. So where did you get the information about the IBF?
Because it's the same with every other sanctioning body. When you move up or whatever, you got to face a contender. That's always what we've seen in boxing.
Okay.
From WBA, whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
No, you know when the only time is different? Wait, I'm gonna tell you one. You know what's the only time is different? Say, you remember what's his face? Damn, somebody did it. But someone like Jaime Munguia.
Okay.
Someone like Jaime Munguia, who was a WBO world champion in 154, moving into 160. Remember, he was I'm gonna use this example. Navarrete.
I got a better one for you.
Navarrete was the WBO world champion at 122. So being that he was there, he petitioned for the WBO. Yo, I'm gonna move up to 126.
Bro, it took you forever. It took you forever to do that. All you had to do was think about Chris Algieri when he was WBO champion at 140, moved up to 147, immediately fought Manny Pacquiao. But he had to drop his WBO 140 belt. That's all you had to say. But anyway, I don't expect you to know that. All right, Bo.
I was watching boxing that whole bullshit ever.
You didn't forgot about that.
Bo. Yes.
Why is it that he's incorrect about the IBF?
Because the IBF specifically states that a champion can make what's called an unintentional defense, right? So what the champion can do, what can happen if he wants to make an unintentional defense, which would be considered a voluntary defense. What he would have to do is he'd have to pick someone within the first 15. However, he can hold on, wait a minute, within the rankings, right? That is during the interim period. But during the unintentional period, when there's no interim or no mandatory, the champion can fight someone as long as he fights them 60 days, have an agreement to fight 60 days before a mandatory is named. That is part of the IBF goddamn bylaws. So he could have fought Canelo Alvarez. That's where you're wrong.
Because Canelo fights until May, though.
But it doesn't matter.
So in
There's
60 days,
there is no mandatory for him right now.
Yeah, there's no mandatory.
There's no mandatory for him right now.
They haven't mandated anybody
So
from
now,
Mars.
wait,
okay, hold on, bro. I'm not done. I'm not done.
Go ahead.
Because the WBO also have the same thing. It's called the WBO Super Champion. The WBO Super Champion can move up and down in weight and challenge for any title he chooses. Hence, and I'm gonna give you an example of it. We got it going on right now with Clarissa Shields. Remember, Clarissa Shields, undisputed middleweight champion. She became the WBO Super Champion, right? So that's why she can challenge Savannah Marshall. She can go from 154 to 160, and Canelo won that when he beat Kovalev. So he could have fought Lawrence Okolie.
Okay, all right, hold on. Go ahead, Tor. Respond to that.
About what, the IBF?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's saying you're wrong, and he gave you information from the IBF website that points to the fact that you were incorrect of what you said. Respond to that.
Canelo doesn't fight till May. He would have a mandatory in 60 days.
Okay. No. Go ahead.
Go ahead, bro.
No. The IBF has not named the mandatory yet. And then
No. But in 60 days, they would name the mandatory. You said
they haven't. Hold on, dog. Stop. Pause right there. Point being is they haven't named one. And even if they name one, guess what? You still have that year to fight that mandatory. So if they name a mandatory in February, he can still fight Canelo Alvarez. Why? Because you have the rest of the year to fight that mandatory.
And now let me tell you this. Being that Canelo is already a franchise champion and can move up and down as he pleases and directly challenge any champion per division he wants, even Tyson Fury, so to say, wouldn't it be just easier to go through and fight Makabu? Wouldn't it make more sense?
You're right.
Correct, right?
You're right. You're
correct.
right. Hold on. Let me answer your question. Stop. I gotta mute you. You asked me a question. Let me answer. Right. It would be easier. That's why we're having a problem with it, because it's easier. Go ahead.
All right. So now, So now we got that out the way. Now, what I'm trying to tell you is that Midas British. When is it that he just posted up that he wanted that he would give Canelo an opportunity? That was literally this week, a couple days ago.
Who you talking about? Mars Bradis?
Canelo.
That was
Canelo.
we published.
So now Bradis already.
Now I gotta mute you, bro. You try to talk over me, bro. I'm gonna mute you every single fucking time. If you say something that's incorrect, I'm gonna mute you and correct you. We published the article of Mars Bradis calling Canelo out November 9th. That wasn't a couple of days ago. That was almost a week ago.
A week ago. I said that a week ago. I said a week ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I said a week.
Okay.
A couple days ago. A week. A week is well, you know, a couple, a few means the same shit. You know, a couple meaning 2, a few meaning 5 or whatever. Yeah. But anyways, November 9th. That's cool. Whatever. All right, a week. So like I said, Myers Brady just posted this a week ago. Canelo just had a fight. What was it? Saturday, right?
The 6th.
Okay, the 6th. Correct. So now, Midas British was obviously listening, right? Okay, Canelo didn't fight till May. So he's just dumb. He was just saying that shit for clout. You know?
Oh my God! No. Gotta mute you, dog.
No, dog.
You're not going to sit here. This is a debate. You're not gonna sit here and give me speculation to try to fucking have an argument basis, bro. You no way in hell you're gonna speculate. Nigga, that was just cap. What do young niggas say, bro? Cap.
Cap, yeah.
That dumb shit, and they put a fucking cap, nigga. That's the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. He clout chasing. Hey, get that dumb shit out of here, bro. Come up here with a well-educated, plausible fucking argument, right? As to why Canelo did not take the Mars Bradis challenge, but instead took Makabu, even though Mars Bradis spoke up first and Canelo ignored him. Don't tell me no speculatory shit that it was clout chasing.
It was clout chasing.
How? I don't care.
I don't care about because you might mute.
You don't know that. No, dog. You don't know that. You do not know that.
Now, real quick, it's clout chasing.
You do not know that. No, you're just saying that
speculation, dog.
That's speculation, dog. You're saying it because that's your favorite fighter, man.
I'm gonna tell you why. Let me explain, nigga.
Wait a minute.
Okay,
Did Mars
He
Bradis
fought-
tell you he was clout
Canelo
chasing?
fought November 6th.
Mhm.
Canelo
Did
fought
Mars
November 6th.
Bradis tell you he was clout chasing?
Bro, all right, can
No,
I
answer the fucking question. Did he tell you that?
Can I answer, my nigga?
It's yes or no?
Son, I'm gonna answer you with
So
everything I'm
say
telling
yes
you
or
right
no.
now. Canelo
Just say
fought
yes or
November
no.
6th. You published an article.
Nope, I'm muting you right now. I'm going to unmute you. All I want is yes or no. Did Mars Bradis tell you that he was clout chasing? Yes or no?
Please he told me he was clout chasing.
All right.
He told me personally. He sent
where's your
me a
evidence?
message. He
Well,
said, I have the message on my messenger.
Send me that message right now.
I got you.
I'll put it up.
I got you. But now let me speak, right? So now here's the thing, right? Canelo fought November 6th. Clearly the world. Lord Zoe, you waiting until midnight trying to get on this damn show. Shut the fuck up.
Come on,
But,
man.
look, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, right? Look, Canelo fought November 6th. All right, bro? And announced to the world that he would be taking a break until next year. And we already know that's May because that's when he fights. You know what I'm saying? A Mexican holiday. We already know that. The Canelo doesn't do nothing new. We know this already because he has a schedule. You know what I'm trying to tell you? Like Mayweather had a schedule. He only fought on certain holidays, right? Okay, so now
it's not always true because
you published the article. You published the article on Marius Bradis a week ago, November 9th, inviting Canelo on up to face him. All right, knowing that Canelo has a franchise designation where he can basically do that, all right, and challenge the WBC champion that's there, that being Ilunga Makabu. Now, Ilunga Makabu, this is when shit gets interesting. When people like Canelo move up to another division that's not so popular, all right, especially in American boxing, the cruiserweight division is mainly dominated by motherfucking foreigners, and this is just facts. All right, this is when it gets interesting in boxing because no one knew who the fucking Ilunga Makabu was until Canelo fucking mentioned him. You know what I'm trying to tell you? I have a YouTube channel, all right, with like 7,000 subscribers. Motherfuckers are leaving me comments right now, and I will send you screenshots. Every motherfucker that supposedly claims they are hardcore and watches boxing and all this dick sucking shit is watching the Ilunga Makabu versus Duradola fucking fight right fucking now. These same motherfuckers wasn't watching this fucking division, period. If they didn't know who the fuck Ilunga Makabu is. They didn't know who the fuck Bradis was. They didn't know who the fuck Makabu was. They didn't know who the fuck Bellew was. You understand what I'm trying to tell you, bro? That's my point. That's my point.
You're actually proving mine.
And if I had and listen to this, EJ. If I had my old channel that got deleted, that one had like 10K subscribers on YouTube. If I had my old channel, I had the Cieslak fight there. Makabu versus Cieslak, all right, in Congo. And motherfuckers will be looking at that shit. And they're all looking at it right now. I'm telling you, bro. Like, I got comment after comment. Who's here after the Canelo announcement? Like, you motherfuckers are casuals, bro. And
okay, no,
like,
dog.
Hold on, bro. We're casuals, but you're sitting here proving my point, and my chat is saying that you're proving my point. How are we casuals when everything you just said right now makes me look better with my point?
I'm not calling you a casual at this moment. I'm not calling you a casual. The casuals on it.
Oh, okay. But still, what you said.
Listen. Okay, casual. I'm gonna tell you this: though. Casual between me and you, we call each other casuals, but because we know we the fuck not. You know what I'm saying? We just say that because we saying that just to say it. But we know me and you not casual. This nigga JL Davis is a fucking casual. You know what I'm saying? But me and you, we obviously know boxing. You know what I'm trying to tell you? But now what I'm trying to explain to you is that this is the moment when you start realizing who indeed is watching boxing and who just started watching boxing.
Okay,
and
but
right now
what
Canelo challenges Makabu.
I understand that, but what is
when you see it for sure?
Okay, but what is your point as far as what we're talking about Bradis?
Right. You just proved my point.
You proved our point.
Okay, because
our point was
made the announcement on the 9th, right?
But the point was it's easier for him to fight Makabu. It's an easier fight for Canelo.
Mm-hmm.
It's an easier fight.
Makabu is an easier fight to make because he's a franchise.
He's an easier fight to fight.
It's not an
I just
easy,
proved that to you.
It's not right, exactly, but it's not an easier fight to make.
What I'm trying to say is that business wise, deal wise, it's easier to deal with the people who gave you a certain designation already. where you can move up and down.
The WBO did the same thing. The WBO did the same thing.
He's an undisputed champion, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
He could have moved
Canelo
up.
is doing that with Makabu, and that was always the plan.
He could have moved up with the WBO belt and fought Lawrence Okoli with the same designation. I know he's franchise champion.
Do whatever he wanted.
Hold on, bro. He's franchise champion at WBC, but you're talking about he's got this designation, right, where he can move up and down and challenge the champion in that given designations organization's designation that he has, which is the WBC. He has the same designation with the WBO and could have went up and fought Lawrence Okoli. But he didn't fight Lawrence Okoli. He's not going to fight Lawrence Okoli because that's a harder fight. Which you said earlier, you said Makabu was an easier fight. You just admitted that.
Yeah, he is.
You just admitted that. You just put the rope around your own neck. I'll let you talk. And this is what you do, people in the chat. Let dudes talk that don't know what they're talking about. They'll put the rope around their own fucking neck and hang themselves. You just put the rope around your own neck when you said Makabu was an easier fight, dog. And then you're putting a rope around your own neck by saying he's got this designation with the WBC that he can move up and down in weight, but he could do the same thing with the WBO. Lawrence Okoli is a tougher fight because of his height and his range and his boxing ability. Lawrence Okoli is going to stay on the outside the entire fucking fight and use all of the ring. That is a problem for Canelo. And the nigga's got like an 81-inch reach, bro. That's a hell of a problem for Canelo. That's a much tougher fight for Canelo than slow plotting, flat-footed, no defense, slow reflexes, slow hand speed, average IQ having Alinga Makabu, who has a questionable chin on top of that. You just hung yourself, dog.
Bro, what are you talking about that I said that the Makabu fight was an easier fight? Well, you took it as I said it's an easier fight.
You said it was an easier
what?
No.
You said easier fight to fucking make because he's a franchise fucking champion. What are you talking about, bro?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Right,
you're saying
so where the fuck you get
you're
that?
saying it's an easier fight to make
because Lunga Makabu was an easier opponent. I was telling you
said it was an easy
all over the comments that Alunga Makabu is not it.
I said it was an easier fight to make. When you said it, I said I agree. It's because it's an easier fight. It's an easier opponent and it's an easier fight. But you still hung yourself by saying it's an easier fight to make. What are you talking about? Exactly. Texan, just let them talk. Put the rope around their neck, bro.
Bro, right now.
Answer my question about
Just
Okoli.
wrap the whole shit around your fucking anus, bro. Like, real talk. Like, I don't even understand what you said right now, bro. Because you don't listen. You try to say that I said that Makabu was an easier fight for Canelo as an opponent wise, and now you said that.
No, he did not say that. That's what we telling you, dog. You don't listen. He did not say that, dog. No, he did not say that, man.
Just like when you thought Bo, like when you thought Bo said the WBO was only relevant in 1997. You've been doing this the whole show, not listening. Fucking up.
Crazy, bro.
Are you nervous, nigga?
It's crazy, bro.
Are you nervous? You've been fucking up the whole show,
bro.
You nervous, nigga? If you're nervous, let me know, dog. We can do this another time, man. I know we got you on deck with JL Davis. You know what I'm saying? But you've been fucking up the whole show.
Now they trying to get on. Now they trying to get on this show. Yeah. Yo, you gonna unmute? You unmuted me?
Yeah, you've been unmuted.
Oh shit! All right, cool. All right, cool. No, I had to make sure because y'all got the fuck nervous muting me and all this bullshit.
No, we didn't, dog. We can't talk. We can't talk. We mute you because nigga, you don't let the motherfucker talk.
Oh,
that's why nigga y'all muted me too damn long, bro. That shit was that.
Because you talk too much and you don't listen.
Trying to make me look bad. I understand.
No. Hold on. Stop.
No, you talk too much and don't listen, like what you're doing right now.
Yeah, right.
No, just running your fucking mouth.
What you try to do is a debate tactic. What you try to do is a debate tactic. You think if you keep talking and keep talking, you drown the other person out.
So now look, I'm gonna tell y'all this, man. Canelo is facing the WBC cruiserweight champion because it's an easier fight to make, of course, because he already has a franchise designation, which means he has direct access to the champion, doesn't have to do much. All right, and most importantly, here's a subject I wanted to touch on that I didn't say earlier because y'all kept muting me and shit. that the fact that Canelo will not lose his WBC championship belt. You see what I'm trying to tell you? Because he's franchised. So that franchise right there is that bridge between 168 and 200, and he'll keep his belt at 168 when he goes with the cruiserweight. You know what I'm trying to tell you? So that's a very important thing to look at as well.
Like I said, we are okay with him moving up to cruiserweight and trying to be a 5-division champion. We have no problem with that. The only problem is it is clear that he chose the weakest link. Now you're saying it's an easier fight to make. That's your opinion, right?
No, well, it's not an opinion. It's a fact. It's a fact.
No, it's not. It's not a fact. It's not. No. It's not a fact because it's not a fact because Bo already debunked that with the IBF rules. It's not a fact. Also, I debunked it with the WBO rules, so it's not a fact.
Would Canelo lose his 168 belt at WBO if he went up to cruiserweight and fought the WBO world champion? Answer that.
No, he's the super champion.
He would lose
the WBO super champion.
He's the WBO super champion. I just told you that.
He would lose the WBO 168 belt if he did that.
No.
Or super champion.
There is a WBO super champion. Ask Katie Taylor. When Katie Taylor moved up to fight Christine Leonard-Dartell, she was the fucking WBO super champion at lightweight. She moved up to 140 and fought Christine Leonard-Dartell for her WBO title. Beat her, took her WBO title at junior welterweight, and then moved back down to lightweight and continued to defend her undisputed status. That's because she was the super champion of the WBO. This is the same thing Canelo would be able to do if he moved up to 190 because it's Bridgerweight. Right? But yeah, if he would have moved up to cruiserweight and fought Lawrence Okoli, he would be able to keep the WBO at super middleweight. He would be able to. It's the same thing Katie Taylor did, man. So we debunked that it's an easier fight to make because the WBO has the same rules. Literally.
Nah, what you want is you want Canelo to fight who you want him to fight because
no, that's not what we said, dog. That's not what we said, bro.
I'm gonna take that now. Look, Cody is
go ahead.
More dangerous. No, listen to me. Cody is known as a more dangerous fighter. Why? He's under the powerhouse promoter, Matchroom. He's been knocking dudes out lately, like this last Polish dude, Glowacki, whatever the fuck, and this other dude. All right, bro. Alunga Makabu is relatively unknown, but this is the opponent that you gotta study and you gotta actually watch boxing to know who the fuck he is and know what you're talking about. Because,
right, so
like I was telling you yesterday,
I just let you talk.
If you look at his record, this is an elite cruiserweight. This is what I was trying to tell you.
Not an elite cruiserweight.
And he fought people in the elite at cruiserweight.
No, he did not.
You know what I'm saying?
Because the elite was in the WBSS tournament, which he was not in.
Because yesterday you said, Alexei Papin, for sure.
No, you never said he was elite. You never said Alexei Papin was elite.
All right, gotta mute you, dog. Gotta mute you, dog, because you won't let us talk. Here's the problem. I'm going to address what you said, and then I'll let you talk again. You think that I want Canelo to fight Lawrence Okoli. That's not what we ever said.
No.
We never said that. I'm just telling you because your basis of your argument is that it's easier for Canelo to make the Makabu fight because of his franchise tag with the WBC allows him to move up to cruiserweight and immediately get that fight. But his fucking status with the WBO also allows him to move up to cruiserweight and get the Lawrence Okoli fight, bro. And what's better about that is Lawrence Okoli is with Eddie Hearn, which Canelo has already done business with several times, right? So he could just as easily make the Lawrence Okoli fight as he can the fucking Makabu fight. My position is Canelo, if he was going to cruiserweight anyway, why didn't he take the Morris Bradis fight? That's my position, right? I don't like the Makabu fight because Bradis had already called him out. That's my position. But we debunked your whole the WBC franchise tag allows him to make the Makabu fight an easier negotiation process when the WBO has the same rules. And then Bo basically debunked your shit about the IBF because Morris Bradis is allowed an optional title defense because he doesn't have a mandatory challenger right now. We debunked all that. Lawrence Coley and fucking Mars Bradis are fights that could have easily just been made as Makabu, bro. Hell, he probably could have got Arsen Goulamirian as well. But Goulamirian is more, I think Goulamirian's more inactive than Makabu. So I would have got on his ass for that. Goulamirian ain't fought since 2019, I believe. So I would have got on his ass for that. But Lawrence Coley, definitely with those WBO rules, he's absolutely could make that fight just as easy as he made the Makabu fight. And Bo already debunked you about the IBF.
Hold on. Let me say this. Because you said we mentioned Coley because that's what we want Canelo fight. Nobody, no. That's not why. Nobody cares about who he fights. We never said anything like that. The reason why Lawrence Coley came up was because you were saying the only way he could have did it was through the WBC. We're saying no, he could have went through the WBO.
I said it's the easier way. It's the easiest way.
Right, and we're saying right. It's the easier way. But he also was the easier way with the WBO. He could have went that route because he's the super champion. And who's the champion at cruiserweight? That's why Lawrence Coley.
Hey yo, that Delta DEFCON 2, man. He know what he talking about.
That's the only. You know why I put it up, Torres. This is why I put Delta DEFCON's comment up because he's the only one supporting. So I put him up.
No, and because this is accurate. This is a dangerous fight. This is a very dangerous fight.
Okay,
Makabu. Listen. If you watch that, I'm gonna tell you right now, right? You watch that Makabu Papin fight. That type of if that type of Makabu comes out, that is a dangerous fight for any
what type of Makabu?
Man.
All right, do this for me, Tor. Do this for me, Tor. Break down Makabu style for me, please.
Awkward, unorthodox, highly unorthodox.
Okay.
The guy throws punches from different angles. And he weighs 200 fucking pounds, bro. And on fight night, he won't
weigh 200 pounds against Canelo.
On fight night, he's gonna weigh more. So is the advantage, the size advantage, literally the size advantage.
He's got to go down to 190 because of the Bridgerweight division at WBC. So the limit's 190, not 200.
No. But Bridgerweight is Bridgerweight. Cruiserweight is Cruiserweight, bro.
Dude, Cruiserweight is 190 in the WBC because they created Bridgerweight. It's not 200. In the WBC, it's 190.
Bridgerweight is not 220,
brother. No, Bridgerweight starts at 200 and ends at 220. 190, or I'm sorry, it starts at 191. Excuse me. 190 is the limit for cruiserweight by the WBC.
No, what you talking about is for Canelo to compete at cruiserweight. Canelo has to come in at least 190 pounds. That's correct.
Well, no. What I'm saying to you is because you said Makabu is going to be 200 pounds. What I'm saying to you is normally, yes, his limit is 200. But in this case, with the WBC, his limit is now 190. So he's got to drain himself 10 pounds and then rehydrate himself.
I would definitely have to look into that. I haven't really looked into that, but I would definitely
go to the WBC.
From what I know,
WBC website, man.
No, because I'm gonna tell you right now. From what I know. No, and this is why I mentioned this earlier. Could be you right, could be you wrong. Who knows? Right?
No. They determined all this at the convention, man. That took place.
Look, Bridgerweight, from what I know, Bridgerweight is 220 pounds. Now, if y'all could look up what the weight was for the last Bridgerweight fight we just had between Rivas and this other Canadian dude, that would be awesome. And whatever they weighed in, that's what Bridgerweight is. Because from what I know, Bridgerweight is 220 pounds.
They just changed it. They just changed
200
it.
maximum 220. That right there, that part y'all said, 200 limit, maximum 220. I don't know. And then talking about how because of that, cruiserweight is now 190 under the WBC. I don't know, man. I highly doubt that. Maybe the limit for Canelo to compete.
They had the convention, bro.
They had the convention, and at the convention, they changed that, dog.
Yeah. They haven't updated the website yet.
So this happened 2 days ago because
All right.
No. So now look, it's too early for me to know, bro. Shit happened 2 days ago. All right, let me get updated about it. So now, but what I'm saying is this, right? About Makabu style, highly unorthodox, bro. Very dangerous opponent. Throws punches from all kinds of awkward angles, and he comes to fight, bro. Okay. He's a very, very dangerous opponent, bro. All right,
Okay,
and he's fought. No, and listen, and not only that, Canelo. So we got to remember this, right? Wait, and now I'm gonna talk down on Canelo now. Ah, what a miracle, right? I'm gonna tell you his defects. Canelo is not the what we consider today, quote unquote, the high IQ boxer.
Oh,
Right?
my God.
Shit!
Wait,
You said Canelo doesn't have a high IQ?
Listen.
Damn, bro, that's the worst way to fucking. That's the worst way to get him, though. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
Canelo is technically not the quote unquote high IQ boxer
What
that
the
many people
fuck?
today refer to as. And
No.
what I mean by that is the jab, stick, and move type of nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's not what Canelo is. And especially at 168, what has Canelo shown us? That he's gonna go forward, he's gonna pummel you, and eventually knock you the fuck out. All right. That style.
That was one of
Torres.
When that was one of. Hold on, brother. Hold on, real quick. I'll let you talk. Hold on, real quick.
I'm gonna tell you right
Hold
now.
on, real quick, man.
All right, go ahead.
Brother, that was one of the worst breakdowns I've ever heard of somebody's style.
All right, bro. You can say that, but it's accurate, bro. Because the jab, stick, and move. No, because listen, because a lot of niggas in boxing, and this is a lot of casuals. All right, bro. Consider the jab, stick, and move niggas the high IQ boxers. I'm not here trying to debunk that. That's not boxing. That's a form of boxing. That's
hey, Tor, real quick.
Listen.
Hold on. Let me just say this real quick. Even Delta DEFCON, the only guy that you had supporting you in this entire chat, disagrees with you on your point. But go ahead.
All right, no, that's cool. No, that's cool because I haven't finished my point. I was over here trying to tell you about the.
Go ahead.
All right, so listen. What has Canelo shown us exactly at 168? What he showed us at 160 was he was that jab, stick, and move nigga, right? When he was fighting Jacobs, right? But at 168, he's only shown us one style. All right? No, you don't know shit about boxing. Actual fact, suck my dick, nigga. Fuck out of here. So now listen, the style that Canelo has shown us at 168 is what style, bro? And ever since Callum Smith, he's been fighting the same way against Billy Joe Saunders, against Caleb Plant. Now he's moving up to and he showed us that at 175. All right. Now he's going to 200 pounds. He's going to 200 pounds. You gonna tell me, all right? And this is where I send this over to DEFCON. You gonna tell me that at 200 pounds, a motherfucker who's 5'8" and started off his career as a welterweight is gonna do some jab, stick, and move type of nigga shit? Weighing that much?
Tor.
No. I'm asking you a question now.
I am. I'm trying to answer it.
Go ahead, my brother. Go ahead. I'm here. See, there you go.
I was going to answer it. Let me just laugh first, nigga.
No, you can go ahead and laugh because it's the truth, bro.
Okay. Canelo has one of the highest IQs in boxing, bro. What are you talking about?
Here we go. No. What you're trying to say is that I said that Canelo doesn't have an IQ. See, there we go. That's your mistake. And you try to do this every fucking time on the show. You try to do this earlier when I said the fight was easier.
Right,
see, and that's
hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on, Torres. Wait a minute.
No.
Wait a minute. No.
Go ahead, bro.
Okay, finish your point. I finish your point. He's not letting you finish your point you was about to say.
This nigga said that Canelo lacks an IQ. That's what you said, Tor. Everybody in the chat heard you. Hell, that's why Delta DEFCON didn't fucking have your back on that point. Everybody in the chat heard you, and a bunch of motherfuckers had something to say about it. You specifically said, shout out to Mike Wilson, that's exactly what he said. That's what the dude just said. That's exactly what you said. Canelo lacked ring IQ. And I'm telling you, Canelo has one of the best IQs in boxing. I actually told you earlier in the fucking show that him and Terrence Crawford are like right there. I would favor Terrence Crawford over him, IQ-wise, but they're literally right there. Canelo has a great IQ. This motherfucker learned a lot from Floyd Mayweather, right? The ass whooping he took from Floyd, that nigga's IQ skyrocketed after that fight, man. Hell, the ass whooping I thought he took to Erislandy Lara, IQ fucking skyrocketed after that as well. Canelo's got an excellent IQ. Not only does he have an excellent IQ, Canelo's one of the best counterpunchers in the game. You made it seem like Canelo at 168, this is what you said. Canelo is walking people down and pulverizing them. You made Canelo look like Ruslan Provodnikov, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's your words, not mine. I'm telling you what the shit sounds like, how it came off. That's why I said your fucking style breakdown was the worst shit I've ever heard in my life, nigga. Canelo is walking people down with a strategic game plan to break fighters down. He's not just pulverizing dudes. No, there's education in what he's doing, bro. He's feinting. If you watch the Caleb Plant fight, he's feinting that motherfucker. Caleb Plant is he's falling for every single feint that Canelo makes. Canelo's jabbing his way on the inside. Canelo's actually turning motherfuckers, bro, when he can. Caleb Plant kept running around, now I won't say running because I don't like that term, but Caleb Plant kept using the entire ring, right? Because he tried to stay on the outside to outbox Canelo. Canelo was walking this dude down and cutting off the ring beautifully. That's how he kept getting to Caleb Plant. He was making Caleb Plant put his back up against the ropes, effectively taking the middle of the ring away from Caleb Plant. That's not just walking them down and pulverizing them. No, sir. That is a well-educated offensive attack utilizing what? A high-level ring IQ, bro. That's what that is. Canelo has one of the highest ring IQs in boxing today, man. What you should have said, what Canelo's problem is that he has stamina issues. He used to have stamina issues a lot when he was at 154, probably because he was killing himself to get down there, right? His stamina issues got better at 160 and 168, but they're not that much better. You can still see Canelo huffing and wheezing by around round 4, 5, 6. Round the middle rounds, he's huffing and fucking wheezing. He's not producing as much as he normally does. He's not moving around as much. He needs to get that second win, right? That's always been Canelo's problem. Before the stamina issue, it was the flat-footedness that he used to have when he was a smaller weight fighter, right? People were talking about how Canelo used to have cement feet. He doesn't have that anymore, right? He's kind of got away from that. But stamina is Canelo's biggest issue, right? Boxers that can move and utilize angles, that have excellent foot placement against Canelo are his problems, and utilize the jab to set up everything. That is Canelo's problem. That is why Billy Joe Saunders actually looked good in the fight. That is why Caleb Plant looked good for 4 rounds until Caleb Plant started looking to only counter Canelo with one punch. That's when Canelo started beating his ass because Caleb Plant stopped utilizing volume. Billy Joe Saunders, on the other hand, was utilizing a lot of volume, bro. That's how he looked good or better than at least the Caleb Plant in his fight before he got hit in the eye and had to fucking sit down and quit. Oh, by the way, how did Canelo hit him in the eye like that? He strategically got inside his jab and landed a fucking beautiful uppercut, bro. Why? Because he has a
Yo.
Yo, I'm unmuted.
Yeah.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
All right,
We
cool.
can hear you.
Yo, EJ, I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. That gotta be the most.
I think he got off. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Right,
Wait a minute. He got to get back on. Something happened
cool.
on his end. He can't hear you. Something happened on his end. He cannot hear you.
Oh, right.
Let's see if something happened. Yeah, something happened on his end. He can't hear you. But hold on, though. Wait a minute, though.
Yeah.
Let's talk about. I want to talk about something.
What I'm saying is that what I'm gonna just say this real quick. Anyway,
hold on. He back. Wait, he back.
All right, cool.
Yeah,
yo, EJ, I ain't gonna lie.
Yo,
you hear me, EJ? Oh no, he leaving. He ain't pay his Wi-Fi.
I hear you. Go ahead.
All right, cool. Yo, EJ, listen. I ain't going front, bro. Honestly, bro, it was going good, bro, until you did that low blow ass, traitor ass, coward type of shit. What I just
talking about?
Everything I just said.
What low blow, traitor, coward type of shit?
You swirled it around in your way. You muted me to have people believe I said some shit that I clearly did not fucking say.
Everybody in the chat heard you.
Bro. Nah. You could replay this shit too, and that's the beauty of it.
You said he had you said he lacked
when I replay
IQ.
it, I'm gonna show it to you. I'm gonna show you the clip and how you fucking twisted and turned it, and that was some coward shit, bro. But that's cool. It's your show. You do what you gotta do. I respect that. But listen, I'm a guest. But I'm gonna tell you like this, right? What I said, nigga, was Canelo is not the quote unquote high IQ boxer that most of you motherfuckers expect in boxing. And what I'm talking about is he not the jab, stick, and move type of nigga.
I just don't understand why that's not the same thing, bro.
Why is that not the same thing? You're not gonna like shit.
That is the same thing.
I don't like the shit you did earlier. That was corny,
That is the
son.
same thing.
Now let me finish
That's the same thing.
The jab, stick, and move type of shit is not what Canelo is showing at 168. Do you think that he's gonna show it at 190 pounds or 200 pounds or whatever the fuck? You think he gonna show that style? Of course the fuck not. That style he showed us at 160 against Jacobs. Beautiful. At 168, he was a lot heavier, 8 pounds more. This is a dude who's 5'8", started off his career as welterweight. At 175, was he still that same jab, stick, and move type of nigga? Sure. No, he was. How did he fight?
How did he fight Austin Trout? How did he fight Austin Trout?
Going forward, pulverizing opponents.
So he's been doing it before 168.
And you, Mike Wilson, are another stupid motherfucker.
He was doing it before 168. You're saying that he's this come forward ass nigga. He was doing it before 168. Yeah, get the fuck off of here, bro. He left, and he should leave because he don't know what the fuck he's talking about, bro. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, Bo.
Mike Wilson point is, and this is where the dude.
They don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
No, this is the problem. You're saying the same thing that you're saying. He's just he don't understand it because you're not saying it exactly in that same goddamn manner. Right. Mike, you calling me? I don't know why you call. You know, Mike is calling me. He said something to Mike. He said he called Mike some type of dumb motherfucking all that shit. I was finna get him till he got muted, Mike, and left. Here's the problem that you have, right? And this is it. We was killing this nigga.
Oh, we killed him on every single point.
Killed him on every single point.
And the funny thing is, Bo, you like how I gave that nigga some hope. I said, hey, Bo, he's right about the WBO. But the nigga was so stupid, he didn't understand that I was only saying that he was right, that Bernard Hopkins won the WBO title when he beat Oscar De La Hoya.
Yep.
So he was all, yeah, motherfuckers. And then he was like, now let's get to motherfucking Canelo, motherfuckers.
Yeah,
and I said, hold on, dog. And I read that shit to him about how the IBF didn't recognize the WBO until fucking February 2007, which is the exact date that we said. What happened? Motherfucker got quiet.
Yeah. No, he wanted to move on. And that's that because I told him, I said Bernard Hopkins was already undisputed. Now, yeah, he beat Oscar De La Hoya for 4 belts, but he was already undisputed before fighting Oscar De La Hoya. And the motherfucker didn't listen. First off, when this nigga said that he studied the 80s and didn't know nothing about it, he was done with me. Because you can't say that's not the best fucking era, okay? And then tell me how you can give me hope about fights we get this era.
Yeah.
See, that was the first thing with me that pissed me off with him. When he made that comment, and then like, well, they're going to fight, but they're not fighting. So you can't say it's the best era when I can tell you there are fights that are not happening. Right?
Right.
And like I said, we can name lots of fights in the fucking 80s that did not happen. For example, Mike McCollum, the body snatcher, never got in with Sugar Ray, Hagler, Hearns, or Duran. But did that change how these niggas had great fights? No. If Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence don't fight, that will change how we view the welterweight division of this era. We will say, hey, man, the two best motherfuckers never fought each other. That's exactly what we'll say. Just like we'll say, hey, man, the fight we want to see at heavyweight never happened between Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. That's exactly what the fuck we'll say. We'll look at this lightweight division and say, hey, man, these motherfuckers younger than their prime at the peak of their position never fought each other. That's exactly what we'll say. We're not saying that about the 80s. Why? Because even though we didn't get a lot of fights, we still got great fights. That's why they make that the best era. But the whole WBC shit, like you said, we debunked it. I read the IBF. We read the WBO Super Champion. The problem is This dude is a Canelo fan. He wants his fighter Canelo to be able to do whatever he wants and not be scrutinized. And then to sit there and say Makabu is elite, nigga, I watched that Pappin fight. Makabu can't keep his goddamn head off a goddamn center line. He got hit by the same fucking punch, and his feet are too fucking slow. What is nigga talking about? Almost got knocked out in the third round. Almost got stopped in the third round of that fight.
Yep.
If Makabu was so elite, why didn't the WBSS invite him to the tournament?
Yep.
Got here, man.
Yep.
Whatever.
Yeah. Real shit, dog. Like at the end of the day, my man tried to. That's why I asked him. I said, "Hey, man, break down the fight," because I knew he couldn't. I said, "Break down the fighter styles." I knew he couldn't do it.
He's awkward. He throws punches from.
He couldn't do it. This is the thing, and this is not a knock on anybody in my chat, right? Because I know the people that follow us, they want to. They like what we do. They like to laugh and shit. They want to know more about boxing. I understand all of that. So this is not a knock on the people in the chat, right? But real talk, if you can't give me a well-educated analysis of a fighter's style, your opinion means shit to me. Real talk. That, and if you're a fanboy, I don't give a fuck about your opinion. I broke down exactly what Canelo does. 100, right? Broke down exactly what Canelo does. And this motherfucker, all he could do was say, "Oh, man, you twisted my shit." He said everything was going good until you twisted my shit around. Hold on a second, Mike. Everything was going good until you twisted my shit around. Nigga, you specifically said in the beginning that where Canelo has a problem at is his IQ. And then you said his IQ isn't as great as what people think. That means he's lacking in IQ. Yeah. That's what I said. I said, you said he was lacking in IQ. That's what that means. And I turned it around and made you look fucking stupid and told you that's actually one of his best abilities is his IQ. Hold on a second, Mike. I'll unmute you in a minute. I told you that's one of the reasons why that is his best ability. I told you why that's his best ability. Broke down stylistically why that's his best ability in his last two fucking fights. Then this nigga said, cycle those comments, bro. Then this nigga said that Canelo has only showed you that type of Canelo at 168, but the nigga showed you that shit against Austin Trout. He also showed you that shit against fucking Erislandy Lara. Was Austin Trout and Erislandy Lara 168? I don't recall that. Those are two fights at 168? I don't recall that shit, bro. Out there at 154. Right? Here's the deal. This is what he didn't say to you that he probably knows but doesn't want to say it because he's trying to trump up a Canelo opponent, because as he came on here with a Canelo fucking picture, right, as his avatar, and as I told you on the beginning of this show, this nigga has a Team Canelo group, so he's a Canelo groupie, literally, right? He didn't want to tell you that Alunga Makabu, while he is awkward, he's very slow. He's very flat-footed. His chin is questionable, ask Tony Bellew. Yes, he has power now. His left hook is his best shot. Mm-hmm. That motherfucker has concussed niggas with that left hook. Hell, he knocked down Tony Bellew in the first round, right?
Yeah.
He's got an excellent left hook. But the shit is slow as molasses compared to Canelo's reflexes, man. Oh, and by the way, speaking of reflexes, Makabu's reflexes are like watching my fucking 3-year-old daughter trying to fucking ride her bike, nigga, on training wheels. Takes her about 5 minutes to move up 2 feet. That's how fucking slow Makabu's reflexes are. Yeah, he sets up that left hook, but his hand speed's slow as fuck. Oh, and by the way, he has a average to below average ring IQ, bro. He's a one-dimensional fighter on top of all of that. Canelo is going to counterpunch this nigga to death. Canelo doesn't need to have all this foot speed and, you know, he's talking about Canelo the boxer and all this shit. He doesn't need all that.
No, he doesn't.
Canelo can stay in the pocket roll with this nigga's shots if he wants to. Hell, not even stay in the pocket. Canelo can easily judge mid-range distance against this guy, bro. Easily. Judge mid-range distance against this guy and whoop his ass at mid-range distance for however this fight lasts. Why? Because Makabu is going to consistently run into counter shots all night long because he doesn't have the defense and he doesn't have the fucking reflexes and he doesn't have the footwork to elude anything that Canelo is going to throw his way when he fucks up. On top of that, like I said, his chin is unreliable. He might fuck around and get knocked out within 6 rounds. My man Mike Wilson is on the call, man. 3kingsboxing.com. What's good, Mike?
For the last 2.5 hours, my intelligence has been offended. I do not give a good goddamn how many followers this Torres dude has, how many subscribers, how popular he is.
He's not popular, man.
He's a pseudo fan. He's a pseudo hardcore fan.
Yeah.
He is a Canelo stan, fanboy, dick rider, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Sorry for those who may know me from Pound for Pound, but you called me out, I got to go after you. When he said, we heard what he said about Canelo's IQ. Here's the response. Just because, and I put it in the chat, just because you are a quote unquote mover and jabber, that's not always an indication of your intelligence. Hell, Vinny Pazienza was a mover who moved around the ring a lot, used a jab. Was he an intelligent fighter? Hell no.
You don't know him, no, Mike. That's too much boxing.
Hector Camacho was a mover. Was he considered an intelligent fighter on the level of a Sweet Pea Whitaker? No. Neither was Meldrick Taylor for that instance.
No.
What are you talking about, dude?
But Mike, you just named fighters he doesn't know.
He doesn't know, Mike.
We exposed that this guy does not know boxing beyond 2010. And when I said it, he didn't really say much after that. Y'all can rewind the fucking video and listen. He said, well, I wasn't around in the 80s, but I studied it.
He talks about, well, people don't know Makabu or casuals don't know this. Okay. I wanted him on here because my thing is Makabu, okay, that's easy name to point out there to make yourself sound smart. He's a bigger guy. Go below 115. Go below go below Inouye at 118 and see how much you know.
Right.
That's how you impress me.
You know
Mentioning
what
I mean, stop it.
Did you hear the part where he said lineal doesn't matter at all?
Yeah.
That's a lie.
Nigga, this nigga said, he said lineal champion doesn't matter. First of all, he said lineal and Ring Magazine are 1-1, which as of recently, as of recently, like the last probably 5-6 years or so, maybe even a little longer than that, they're not 1-1. They used to be. Ring used to award their belt to the lineal champion, but that's not always the case anymore, right?
And since you want to make this comparison about the thing about Canelo that
no. Let me finish that lineal shit before you do that.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
So he said that shit, right? But then he said that Manny Pacquiao, even though if he tried to say he didn't get lineal at 140, but then we scored him on that, telling him, hey, Ricky hadn't lost at 140. He beat Costa Tzu, that made him lineal champion. Then he, had some fights, went up to 147, lost to Floyd Mayweather. Then he came back down to 140 to fight Manny Pacquiao. He hadn't lost at 140 yet, so he was still lineal. Pacquiao beat him, became lineal. Dude literally said, nah, fuck that shit. Lineal don't matter. Lineal don't. That's all bull. That lineal shit is all bullshit. None of that matters. That's what he said. Like, that type of shit right there, this dude, we let him talk, and that's why I was trying to let him talk. But when me and Bo would talk, he would try to cut us off with more of his bullshit. So I had to start muting the nigga. But I wanted to I let him talk as much as he did, because guys like that, are bound to say the stupidest shit you ever heard because they really don't know what they're talking about. That's exactly what happened there. Go ahead, man, with that Canelo, Mike.
The issue is not that Canelo is moving up in weight. The issue is the fighters that he is fighting as he's moving up in weight, particularly once you get beyond the 2 fights with Golovkin at 160. If you want to talk about who he fought at 154, I got you. If you want to talk about Golovkin and Jacobs, I got you. 68, it does not count. It does not count. And let's just use the WBO to have fun, to go with his notion, right? Let's make a comparison between him and De La Hoya, who you mentioned earlier in the show. Okay, De La Hoya, he won the WBO belt at 30, 35, right? He didn't make himself legitimate until he beat Ruelas, right?
Right.
The difference that between De La Hoya then and Canelo now, as when he crescendoed up in weight, the fighters that De La Hoya fought at 47, Whitaker, Quartet, Trinidad. Name me a fighter that Canelo has beaten at 68 that comes even close to what De La Hoya did. That's the difference. That's the difference.
Yep. My man, Sweet Pea Fan 12. I'm gonna go to the comments. Bo, before I do that, Bo, you've been quiet. You got anything you wanna add real quick, man?
Man, I just hate we wasted 2.5 hours of our time on a nigga that
stop
didn't
right
know
there,
boxing.
Bo. Stop right there, because I want to address Sweet Pea.
No, it was good, but
let me read that comment, Mike. He said, Mike Wilson, that ain't what he said. He meant, quote unquote, that stick and boxing shit is what most boxing fans he's seen equate to high IQ, not himself per se. Go ahead, Mike.
Stop trying to make a distinction without a difference. That's what he did. He's trying to make a distinction without a difference, and then when you caught him on it, he tried to run away and try to move the goalpost. Sweet Pea.
He said it's hard to come back from saying some shit like Canelo has low IQ. He didn't really say Canelo had a low IQ. He said what I said, that he's lacking IQ. But in his terms, see, the problem with this dude is, and this is the problem that he had when he thought he, quote, schooled me yesterday, right, on the franchise tag shit. I specifically said, the franchise tag, you can skip. You're mandatory. That mandatory obligation is going to be on the actual WBC belt holder. You can move around divisions, right? And then I went into why franchise tag. I said you can move around divisions still holding the franchise tag. You don't ever lose it, right? Unless you lose a fight. But they just changed that rule, actually, whenever Teofimo beat fucking Loma. Because before the rule was you couldn't even lose it even if you lost a fight, right? But anyway, you won't lose it. You can move around divisions unless you lose. You'll be able to keep it. And then I moved into why franchise tag fighters are not undisputed champions, right? Which is something that he said on my page. And I schooled his ass on that 2 weeks ago or a week ago. I don't remember how long ago it was. He tried to say Teofimo Lopez was undisputed. And I specifically told him he's not undisputed because the WBO, IBF, and WBA do not recognize Teofimo Lopez as the WBC champion. They recognize Devin Haney. Therefore, Teofimo's not undisputed. That is how that shit works.
Yep.
And then he didn't respond to me, didn't like my comment, but came on here today and named only 3 undisputed champions and excluded Teofimo Lopez. He said Crawford, Usyk, and Taylor. So that tells me he took what I said a week or 2 weeks ago and said, "Oh yeah, this nigga's right, but I ain't gonna give him his credit though. Fuck that."
And you heard when I asked him how many undisputed champions were there again? That's why I asked him.
Exactly. That's why you asked him again. See, that's the type of nigga he is, bro. Right? And then he thinks that everybody's twisting his words. So this nigga told me I was incorrect when I said that shit about franchise. And when he said I was incorrect, he said franchise tag allows you to move up and you can challenge the WBC champion because you got the franchise tag. Nigga, that's essentially the same shit I'm saying. If I'm saying that Canelo can move up or down in weight and still hold the franchise tag and not lose it, that essentially means that he can challenge opponents or champions in those divisions without having to worry about losing the franchise tag. See, the problem with this guy is if you don't say it exactly like him, if you don't say it exactly like him, then you're twisting his words or you're incorrect. That's his problem. I just told him on the chat, I said, "Hey man, you got a listening and a comprehension problem, and I think you should get that checked, bro." Like you get a CAT scan or something, nigga. An MRI, nigga. You need to get your fucking shit checked, dog.
Well, he's a one-dimensional thinker, and that's why.
Exactly, a stupid nigga. That's
motherfucker,
AKA a stupid nigga.
A motherfucker who doesn't know the difference seemingly between a couple of days and a week.
Yep.
Let me say that again.
Yeah, this nigga.
Let me say it again.
Word up, Mike. Word up, Mike.
Let me say it again.
Word up,
A
Mike.
motherfucker who doesn't know the difference between a couple of days and a week tries to conflate the two as if they're the same thing. Let that sink in.
Word up, Mike.
I said, man, that's almost a week ago. Well, a couple of days, a few days, a week. You know what? No, nigga, I don't know. I don't know, nigga. I don't know.
You know how many articles we at 3KB put up in that time period between 2 days and 7?
No
Word
shit,
up.
Mike. Word up, Mike.
Word up. Whole lot of content between 2 days and 7 days, bro. Whole lot of fucking content, bro. This dude got murdered on every scale. And this is, I'm gonna read y'all. Let me read y'all what this nigga said, bro, to me yesterday, man. Let me read y'all, man. This motherfucker said, he said, a lot of eyes are gonna be open tomorrow. This is when we were talking yesterday, and we came up with a time and shit. And he told me what time he wanted to come in, and he told me, you know what I'm saying, what topic he wanted. He said a lot of eyes are gonna open tomorrow. He said, yeah. He said, we gonna see tomorrow if I'm predictive. Tune in, nigga. He said, wait till tomorrow. You a hardcore, right? You should be able to counter me. Then he said, if not, if I can't counter any of his arguments, he said, let the people decide. Well, if you look at my
chat,
a
false flagger, man. Fugazi ass.
If you look at my chat, nobody supported this dude except one person. And then that one person said, hey, I can't support this nigga no more because he said Canelo was lacking in IQ. The one supporter he had said, damn, I can't support the nigga no more because he just said that shit. Right? We murdered this motherfucker. I've never murdered a motherfucker worse than this, bro. This is the worst body I've ever gotten. Nigga, I think I should go to prison, my nigga, for life. This nigga said, then he said, tomorrow we gonna settle it. Then he said, because you lost today with that franchise joint. That's what I just told you about the whole franchise tag shit. He was literally telling me that I lost to him over the franchise tag designation and what it means.
Man,
this dude's a clown, man. I unblocked him because he got on the show. Right. It is what it is. Exactly the text. He said an evisceration and cremation. Exactly.
This shit didn't make no sense, man.
This was worse than what was my man's name? Fucking what did I call my
that
Ice Chips.
Yeah.
Ice Chips. This is worse than Ice Chips, man.
No, this is worse than that one cat that you had on the show. You was
the African
don't call me nigga. Don't call me nigga. Don't call me nigga.
Don't call me nigga. Don't call me a nigga. Yeah. This dude talk. I was like, oh, that's what's up, man. This nigga gonna bring the heat. That's what I thought he was gonna bring the heat. This nigga brought a 15 level IQ, nigga. 15, bruh. This nigga was babbling and mumbling, nigga. The dumbest nigga I ever met, it was an IQ of 75. This nigga was at 15, bro. Real shit.
Hold on, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. I'm gonna tell you what got me right. The nigga said, okay, I wasn't around for the 80s. Right? This is what he said. I don't know much. I wasn't around for the 80s. I don't know much about it. I wasn't around for the 80s. I studied, but I wasn't from around. But I wasn't from around the 80s. 2K literally said, "All right, man. So you didn't watch the 80s? No, that's not what I'm saying. I studied, nigga. I wasn't around to see it and didn't watch it. It's the same thing."
That's what I'm saying. If you don't say exactly what he's saying, then you're wrong. You have to be exact, like on point with what he's saying, or you're wrong. You can't, there's no, to this nigga in his vocabulary, there's no such thing as synonyms. No such thing, nigga. You know what I'm saying? There's no such thing as similar meanings, nigga. Nope. This nigga is the first nigga in human history that says synonyms don't exist, nigga. And similar meanings don't exist. This is the first nigga in human history that walks around and talks and tries to debate and says, no, nigga, that's a similar meaning. That's incorrect. never seen nothing like this in my life.
Oh man.
This dude is by far, and like I said, I'm gonna keep him unblocked. I keep my word. Like I told y'all earlier in the show, man. Me, Bo, my man Mike, anybody I fuck with, these are the realest niggas you ever gonna meet. Because I don't let niggas around my fucking circle unless you're a real dude, man. I won't let you around my circle.
I was just hoping he didn't leave because, okay, y'all know what I'm going through personally. Yeah. I wanted him to be here. Don't talk that stuff and call my name out.
He beta
and leave.
He beta mailed himself out because he felt like I twisted his whole. He said you twisted that whole shit around to make me look like something I didn't even say. That's what he said. And then he said, I'm done. He wrote me that in the chat on Facebook. But everybody in the chat heard this man.
Say that, yeah.
That's why I told him back. He hasn't responded yet. I said, everybody heard you say this shit, bro. So I'm not twisting nothing. When I said it, not one motherfucker in the chat said, hey, man, you didn't say that shit, man. Nobody said that. Hey, 2K, you lying in a motherfucker, sucker.
Right.
You didn't say that shit, man. Nobody said that.
That's some bullshit.
Nobody said that. Matter of fact, the one dude that was supporting you agreed with me.
Yeah, he sure did. He said, hey, man, I can't roll with this. He said, I can't roll with this.
Shit crazy, bro. I've never seen this before. Hopefully my man comes back because I want JL Davis to murder him. Now, I'm telling you guys.
Oh, gosh.
I want JL to get on that ass, bro. I'm telling you guys, man. Listen, I would I would never. If Bo was in a debate and he lost, I'd tell him, hey, Bo, you lost.
Yeah.
If Mike was in a debate and Mike lost, I'd tell, hey, bro, you lost.
Yep.
Hell, this debate right here, right? If he had got me one time, I'd have been like, you got me, dog. You got me. He didn't get me at all.
I was actually hoping to get a moment like that. Like, I was literally hoping to get a moment like that. Seriously.
He said we trying to run a train on niggas.
Corey, a fool. I was really trying to get him like that because remind you, the whole Oscar De La Hoya thing was making me mad. Because I'm like, dude, I said De La Hoya had the WBO belt in 90-something. He said, you said it wasn't legit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that Bernard Hopkins was the worst, though.
That was the worst. That nigga, did you see how hype he got? Now he was running the show. Now let's get into the Canelo shit. And then I said, hold on, bro. As soon as I read that to him, that nigga got quiet in a bitch. Well, let's just move on. Oh, he said, I'm pretty sure y'all happy about all that, but let's move on. Wait a minute, nigga. You was hype as fuck.
Facts, homie.
Yeah, you was hype as fuck when you thought you had it.
No. Right. You thought
exactly.
You had our asses whooped, nigga. You thought you had one goal. That nigga thought, see, I found it. He's like, this is how he acted. I finally found something to prove y'all casuals. That's how the nigga
That's what he wanted to think, right? That's what he thought. Right. Exactly. Unique disposition. He said he didn't articulate his thoughts well at all. His words betrayed him.
Articulation and has no clue about context in terms of what he's saying.
Exactly, brother. And then, like I said, he doesn't understand what other people are saying to him. He, like Bo said, he's a one-dimensional. I don't even think he's one-dimensional. This nigga's a 0.5-dimensional thinker, nigga. This nigga might be in the negatives. This nigga a negative 2-dimensional thinker, nigga. This is the dumbest motherfucker I have ever had on my show. Bar none. I've had a lot of people on my show. Had some dumb motherfuckers on my show. Back when I used to do this shit every single day, back in 2015, 2016, the show was popping. He used to get a lot of views, had a lot of subscribers. I used to have a lot of people on my show. I used to bring people on my show all the time. And a lot of them niggas are dumb as fuck. This by far, this guy right here is the dumbest motherfucker, bar none, I've ever had on my show, bro. The dumbest.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Nigga, that motherfucker, please don't reproduce.
Yeah,
Man,
please,
look.
bro. I think he
Nigga,
did,
please don't
man,
read
because
the
he
page.
got a picture with a baby, man. I think he did.
Ugh.
I think he did.
Look, man. I did a lady show, all ladies show. Every one of them, including the real casual, would school this dude in a debate.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to tell you, man. I hope y'all enjoyed this shit, man. We gave y'all extra, what, 30, 35 minutes of just clowning this dude, man. But I'm going to keep my word. I unblocked him. If y'all want to go run a train on that nigga yourselves, he's on the Three Kings Boxing Facebook page. He'll comment again. His name is Torres, a.k.a. Tor-Ass. You know what I'm saying? This nigga verbally got his asshole torn out again. You know what I'm saying? Verbally. He usually gets his asshole torn out on Facebook and shit on social media. This time he verbally got his asshole torn out. This nigga tore his own asshole out. That's
Yeah,
the
he
shit y'all
did.
never seen before, huh?
I've never seen that one before.
Nigga said, nigga, have you ever seen a nigga fuck
This
himself?
woman say something bad about Canelo. Ha ha.
and then said the wrong shit. He tried to criticize his God and criticize him on the wrong shit. Nigga, if that's not divine intervention, I don't know what is, bro. His God told him, oh, you're going to try to criticize me? Now I'm about to warp your brain and make you say some shit that ain't even true about me. Here you go. Yeah,
Did he ever send you that text, though?
What's that?
The information he claimed he had.
Claiming that Mars Bradis
told him
personally that he was capping or clout chasing when he called out Canelo. That's another thing he said. He said Mars Bradis, who lives in Riga, Latvia, people, personally told him that he was clout chasing when he called out Canelo and then said he had proof. I said, text it to me. He said, I got you. Nigga ain't sent me shit. I'll never see that. I'm not expecting that, Mike. I ain't expecting that. It's probably some nigga named Bradis Morris. You know what I'm saying? Made a fake fucking profile. Real shit. But the funny thing about me, that was funny, Jordan. He said he thought 2K was betraying Bo for a measly 90K. Right. And he killed me with that shit. You know, it's I got a Team Canelo page. It's on Facebook. It's one of the largest Facebook groups on Facebook. It's got 90K followers, you know, and you know, it's growing really big. Hey, I didn't have a problem with him doing that, man. But I killed him on that too. Like, man, you're so happy you got 90K followers on one page on Facebook, nigga. We get that in visitors on my website per day.
Mm-hmm.
Per day, nigga. So
I mean, was there something else you?
Oh my!
I mean, what you want for that, bro? A cookie, a biscuit, or a donut?
I'll pay for it too, bro. I pay for it, Mike. I give it to him. A nigga wouldn't even have to pay me back, bro. I'm also gonna pay for this nigga's psychiatrist lesson or his psychiatrist, bro. This nigga really needs to lay on that couch, man. With his head propped up.
Yeah, that nigga needs help.
And give that nigga a thesaurus while you at it, man.
Yeah, right. Tell that nigga synonyms do exist, nigga. Right? What he really needs is a doctor. And I'm gonna end it with this, bro. They need to do to him what they did to Lil Kim, nigga, and pump this nigga's stomach of all that goddamn Canelo semen, nigga. That's what the fuck they need to do. They need to pump this nigga's stomach, bro.
Thanks.
You suck that much dick, nigga. It's not, bro. I have to get white on y'all. This nigga sucks cock. I gotta get white on y'all, nigga, over this dude. This dude sucks cock, nigga. That much that you can't even criticize him correctly. He sucks his cock that much that you can't even criticize the dude correctly. That's bad, man. That means that tells you right there that he's never even, not once even really thought about what Canelo's issues are. He was just trying to do something here on this show to try to show people, hey, I could be the other way too, like these guys. I could be objective. That's why I did that dumbass laugh. Ha ha ha. And then me and Bo like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? I never seen nothing like this, man. I hope y'all fucking enjoyed it. I hope he comes back. JL Davis, I'll be in contact with you, man. I don't know if the nigga gonna come back. He pulled some beta male shit and ran off. That's what beta males do when they look stupid. So I'm not sure the nigga comes back, but we're gonna try to get him back on so my man JL Davis can get on that ass too, bro. You know what I'm saying? Then after that, we're gonna bring him back on, let my man Lord Zoe get on that nigga ass, bro. Because he talks shit about all them. Then shit, if Mike, you want a piece of that nigga? I mean, shit, nigga, this is like hoes, nigga. You know what I'm saying? We passing hoes around. You want some of that, Mike?
I tried tonight, but he left. He bounced. He called me and everybody else and then bounced.
Oh shit, the whole had enough.
Yeah, no, man. This nigga is getting worked. Yeah, bro. This is like
look, I had to call Bo. Like, look, send me the link.
This is like fucking one of them double penetration porn videos, nigga. Like, this nigga, it about to be one of them butt cake videos where it's like 18 niggas in a line waiting and shit. That's what this nigga's about to become, bro. Real talk. Heather Hunter, real talk, nigga. Heather Hunter. Real shit. That's what he about to be. I'm about to get everybody he talks shit about. He talked about, I know he talked about JL Davis. He talked about Mike, right? He talked about actual facts, right? He talked about Lord Zoe. Oh, I'm telling everybody, hey, y'all want a piece of this nigga, man? I got condoms. Oh my God, bro. This shit funny, man. We about to get the fuck out of here, man. Let this be a lesson to anybody listening that listen to this show and that will listen to this fucking show. Don't fuck with Three Kings, man, unless you actually know the sport of boxing. Don't fuck with Three Kings, man. We are not out here placating about boxing. We're not bullshitting out here, man. You know what I'm saying? We do this shit every fucking day. We have a staff of writers that actively go out and do research on boxing every single day. It ends up being research, can be research as far back as 100 years, all the way up to maybe yesterday. You see what I'm saying? These guys are doing research every single day. And guess who's at the helm of all of that? Overseeing all the research. Don't fuck with Three Kings unless you really know what you're talking about. Because you're going to come on here, like my man Jordan Ciappini said, and end up resting in fucking peace, man. Easy work. I didn't even break a sweat. Nigga, I don't even think I drank water. Let that be a lesson to all you motherfucking doubters out there that listen to the show or will listen to the show. We're going to come back. Shout out to everybody that's always supported us. Shout out to everybody that hit me up with personal messages yesterday. Motherfuckers like, hey, man, don't leave the show. You know what I'm saying? Bring it back. I enjoy the content. Had quite a few people hit me up with messages, man. I really appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to come back off the strength of y'all, everybody that has been loyal for a long time, and some of the new loyal people that have come around. Off the strength of y'all, we're going to come back. You know what I'm saying? We definitely going to do that Sean Porter, Terrence Crawford breakdown. It ain't going to sound nothing like what Torres going to try to break down to some of his niggas in Team Canelo Facebook group. Ain't going to sound nothing like that, I promise. You know what I'm saying? But appreciate everybody. Until the next one, we out this bitch.